temperature down to about 48. Then tomorrow, a day of falling temperatures and gusty winds up to about 20 miles per hour. Temperature falling to about 43 by 4 o'clock. Overnight low tomorrow night down to 27. Sunshine, mid-50s Wednesday, upper 50s Thursday, and another soaker coming up Friday evening into early Saturday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray to Publix.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
Happy, happy birthday, happy, happy birthday, happy, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Calling all stations, clear the air lanes, clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
It is Joey's birthday. It's like watching Scotty grow. Is that the song that reminds me of? Anyway, welcome back. After the long weekend, Greg Goodell, Pamela Dubuque, and our young hero is here.
And here they are.
However briefly. So,
Hi.
got big plans?
Oh, no, man. Just taking it easy.
Birthdays on Mondays.
Right. It's just take it easy.
I love when my birthday is on a Monday because it always falls on President's Day.
Nice.
You get a day off.
Nice. Very nice. Well, I mean, today I opened up by saying, 70 years ago today.
Oh, you're going to talk about Rich Thomas?
Rosa Parks decided not to give up her seat on the bus. And anyway, more importantly, it's my birthday today.
There you go.
Tired of that outshining my birthday. I was born here too and did stuff. Anyway.
Well, nothing but the best to you, young man.
Thank you.
How old are you?
37.
Is that all?
Yeah. But I've been here 14 years?
Yeah,
That's a long time.
You were just barely old enough to drink, I think, when you started.
Yeah, I agree. I'd been doing it for years, but yes. Finally became legal.
Did we all have a good Thanksgiving weekend?
I definitely did.
Totally.
Me too. I was in Auburn Thursday and then spent most of the weekend with my hands full of pussycat, cat sitting and cleaning and getting caught up on stuff.
Nice.
But it was nice for a few days to not have to live by a schedule. That I really enjoyed.
Agreed.
And then we get to do it again at the end of the month at Christmas and I think New Year's too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So who needs vacation time? Although getting back on track with the schedule is a bit of a challenge, that's for sure.
It is.
Any big news today? Did I miss any assassinations? Or?
No assassinations. Witkoff's going to meet with Putin in Moscow, trying to end that frickin' war. After meeting with the Ukrainians.
Did you see the story about Haley's son complaining that there's no jobs for people graduating from college?
Yeah.
There's jobs. You're just not trained for them.
Correct. And by the way, her son is much more conservative than her. He's kind of awesome.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
He's calling kind of her politics out. Why doesn't Gen Z like us anymore? It's like, yeah, okay, Mom. Maybe because you're signing bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness gracious, Mom. But yeah, no, I went over a lot of the college stuff today too, that 63% of Americans now say a 4-year undergraduate degree ain't worth it.
Yes. We talked about that this morning.
Pretty nuts.
I'm not surprised. I mean,
I'm not either, but
it was the whole, because my parents, many in that generation didn't get a chance to go because of the Depression or the war. So they wanted all of us to go to school. But I was a communications major and working for a network affiliated radio station in Chicago. What was the point? And
you already have the gig.
I had all the requisite hours too. But
no, I think a lot of that, I said it earlier today, and the word is back, so I'm going to use it. Most undergraduate classes, teachers and students, all a little bit retarded.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's just you literally, the story you just told, or referred to, like you already have the gig. You're doing the job. Why do I need to go through worksheets and listen to somebody else who isn't even doing the job tell me how to do the job I'm doing?
That's what counts in the business when you get it in anyway, is building the real credits. I've worked here, worked there, done this, done that.
Now, clearly there's still college degrees where you get technical knowledge and you get trained up. If you take it seriously, you can still get a great gig. But a lot of college, especially like humanities, it was more a status symbol. A sorting mechanism. Oh, you went to Harvard, or even you went to the University of Alabama Law School. Well, we'll have to hire you under the firm, and it's become less and less a marker of like success and intelligence and being part of the club as we've done degree inflation, grade inflation. The product ain't what it used to be.
That said, I have at one point I was going to go finish my degree at Huntington.
Yeah.
In the adult education curriculum, because for a few months there was no afternoon talk show.
Adult education, like Hall & Oates?
Not that kind of adult education. I still have a lot to learn there, but and then we leased WMRK, and that was the end of my striving for that last hurdle in life. I wanted to be, I was going to get a double major in psych. And try and become a counselor, help people.
Yeah.
And I think I still could. I don't think I need a degree to do it.
You should have specialized, get a degree in psych, and specialize in giving treatment to psychologists. They need it.
I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm not going to disagree. Well, have a safe and wonderful happy birthday, young man.
Well, thank you, Greg.
Proud to know you. Proud of all you've accomplished.
I love you, brother.
Love you too. Now go make babies, will you? I mean,
and everybody else.
Oh my gosh, your biological clock is ticking.
Yeah.
Well, his might be, but there are, he can target a younger demographic.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not worried about him, really.
We got 3 or 4 little Joeys
I'm
running
not at
around.
all.
Thank you.
In a relatively short amount of time. Stop being afraid.
Afraid?
Yes. I think part of what has stopped you is a fear.
A fear of what?
Being all those things. Being a dad and a husband, and you have what it takes.
He's psychologizing you now.
Yeah, I am.
I think I do catastrophize things, but I also have seen the evidence of like, you have the life, you have the kids.
I have a daughter.
And then she starts sleeping with the personal trainer and doesn't love you anymore. And I want half your stuff and full custody. I'm just saying, it's a real thing.
Yeah, you do catastrophize things. You got to take those risks. That's what life is. It's all risk. You never know.
True.
That's the way it is. But my daughter is very close to you in age, and she does not want to have children.
What?
And in her case, she doesn't think she'll be a good mom. And she's one of the more nurturing people that could be. So I think she's dealing with the same thing. She's afraid. I don't think she really knows what she's afraid of.
Well, I've just never, while I'm talking here, felt like I belong, Greg, and like.
Well, we can continue this, but you leave me a check for $35, and we'll do another.
Rate?
I know, that's cheap. That's a non-licensed fee.
Well, I mean, it's only been 10 minutes. I mean, you can't charge them the whole $350.
Plus, I know you got to get the man with the big old brain from Texas.
From Texas, yeah. The man with the 10-gallon brain.
10-gallon brain.
And looking forward to it. And because I have stuff. I mean, there's plenty to talk about today. But I'm really worried about stuff like the socialist that's running in Tennessee. And why are people voting for this? Why are people wanting this? They need to take a look at that. And other deep and thought-provoking topics this afternoon on Joey's birthday. Have a good one, my friend.
Thank you, Greg.
If I had the money, I would buy Joey a car at Jack Ingram as a gift, but won't be able to do that. Could give him a Mercedes. They have 2 Mercedes now.
Nice.
Under $10,000. That is your chance to live the dream. They're both ML350s. One is $99.97. It's a 2015, and a 2016 GLE 350 at $99.99. All the other cars that were below 10,000 were sold, which makes me happy. And there will be more well under 10. but we just don't know when they're going to arrive because they just don't sell anything they take in trade. Cars have to pass some serious tests before they're good enough to be resold at Jack Ingram. Coming with the Ingram guarantee, they got to have a clean Carfax report. The mechanics have to sign off on the quality of the engine because that's their job. And then the body shop takes a long look. So when you shop there, you can shop with confidence because that's the big question. When you're shopping pre-owned, how can I depend on this machine? Nobody works harder and has done more to establish that reputation than the Ingram family. You can visit them online at Jack Ingram, SignatureUseCars.com with 25 lending partners. They'll get you done. Just get yourself in because it's always a good time to love what you drive. Do we love how we're driving? David Piper next.
We continue to look good all over the area. Really not seeing any issues anywhere. Traffic has been very busy and still around Montgomery. Light to mostly moderate traffic from everywhere. We had an accident earlier. Troy Highway at Bell Road with injuries. Please use caution as they may still be on the scene there. We will keep you updated. At McKinnon Toyota, trade in any non-Toyota pickup on a Tundra or Tacoma and get an extra $1,000 off. It's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
A lot of people talk tough. Very few get tough things done. Attorney General Steve Marshall is a warrior for our state, a fighter for our conservative values.
We have fought the fights that had to be fought for the people of Alabama.
Steve stands shoulder to shoulder with President Trump, ready to fight to take our country back, root out corruption, and prosecute the deep state.
Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall, you're doing a great job.
Steve put first and delivers. As a conservative, Steve stands for freedom, safety, and the rule of law.
I have fought for law enforcement and stood with prosecutors and victims as we've addressed the failures that have caused our state to be less safe.
Steve is the senator our state needs and our president can count on. God, grit, Alabama strong. Steve Marshall gets it done.
I'm Steve Marshall, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Steve Marshall for Senate.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. Are you getting ready to put your home up for sale? Remember the 6 Ps. Prepare your home by deep cleaning, painting where needed, yard work, decluttering the inside. Present your home to the market through the experienced realtor who knows how to market the home and get it sold. Price the home at fair market value of what the home should bring in today's market. Your realtor can guide you in pricing the home to sell, not sit. Pay for part of the closing cost and provide a 1-year warranty. Buyers today don't have the down payment and all the cost of buying a home without some help. Prepare to look at offers from the marketplace and accept the best offer for your needs. And 6, place your trust in experienced professionals, including your realtor, closing attorney, and mortgage company. For all the details, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 221-2883. And remember, we are now hiring agents, both new and experienced. Call me today for an interview. Bo Goodson, 221-2883.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hi, I'm Jane Ray, account executive with Blue Water Broadcasting. Why should you advertise with us? Radio is an active medium. It can create immediacy, driving shoppers to a specific store, brand, or to take a specific action. Radio ads engage with the audience in a personal and unique way. Contact me, Jane Ray, by going to BlueWaterBroadcasting.com to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
I'm Jeff Bezos. Happy 20th birthday, Cyber Monday. The term Cyber Monday was coined way back in 2005. And now my favorite day of the year is all grown up. Oh, so let's Cyber Monday shop like it's 2005. Put on your juicy couture tracksuit, play some Black Eyed Peas, and hit up Amazon for a PlayStation 2. Or sign up for Amazon Prime TV and then ask, hey, what the heck is streaming TV anyway? And can I use it to watch My Name is Earl? But on this throwback Cyber Monday, just remember to pay 2025 prices. Inflation, what can I do? So come on, don't be a hollaback girl, because Cyber Monday is the bomb. Trump!
As the 21st century began, natural selection, the process by which the strongest, the smartest, the fastest reproduced in greater numbers than the rest, a process which had once favored the noblest traits of man, now began to favor different traits. A dumbing down. How did this happen? Evolution does not necessarily reward intelligence. With no natural predators to thin the herd, it began to simply reward those who reproduced the most and left the intelligent to become an endangered species.
David Blackman and Greg Budell present Tales of the Idiocracy.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome as we now go to somewhere in Texas, Dallas, and vicinity to find the man with the 10-gallon brain, blogger extraordinaire, political analyst, oil and gas industry expert, and Dodger fan, David Blackman.
Howdy, y'all.
Hi.
See that authentic Texas howdy?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just don't you gotta be a Texan to do that Texan thing. How are you? Did you have a great and satisfying Thanksgiving?
Oh, I was so satisfied. You just can't imagine how great it is any Thanksgiving weekend when we beat the Aggies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially when they came in undefeated and we ruined their season. It was awesome.
Yeah,
That was something.
Yeah, didn't the Aggies beat one of our teams early on that
they hadn't really played anybody. Well, they beat Auburn.
Okay, so
some
they
bad officiating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Or Hugh Freeze lost his job because the officials hated him.
We now have a new coach.
Yeah. People
from-
seem excited about him.
Good.
Mhm.
I'm glad I'm tired of hearing the name Lane Kiffin. It's the same. It's like Major League Baseball managers recycling the same old names back and around. So let's hope this guy brings what's our current payout to former Auburn coaches? About $80 million.
I think it was 56 or something like that. 51 maybe.
Yeah.
It's high. The last 3 they've had to pay out significantly.
And we gave him 6 years, I think.
Kiffin? He got
no, I mean our new guy.
Oh yes, yeah,
the USF guy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. 6 years at what is it, $7.5 million each?
Yeah.
80% payout provision. Kiffin. So I don't want to belabor Kiffin, but we can't let this go past without mentioning Governor Jeff Landry of Louisiana, who famously fired the athletic director at LSU for saddling the school with a $53 million buyout of Brian Kelly's contract, right? He was so angry that, they're going to have to foot the bill for that payout that they fired the athletic director. So he says, I'm going to manage this process myself. I'm going to oversee it. And we're going to do the right thing for LSU. What does he do? He saddles the school with a $91 million liability now for a new coach who may get up and leave 3 or 4 years from now. Right. I mean,
that's what Nick Saban did. I mean, it's
yeah.
I mean, he left LSU he went to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he did it because the NFL came calling. NFL's not going to come calling for Lane Kiffin.
I don't even know what's going on in the NFL anymore. I just stopped caring a long time ago.
I don't think an elite school's college coach would go to the NFL anymore, really.
Well, what Saban learned is that when you're, and again, now with the NIL money, players
Yeah, they're
have
coaching pros now anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And when he went to the Dolphins, and most of the players are making more money than he was, stop with the drill sergeant stuff. And he just didn't have the control.
Right.
And things started to kind of fray at Alabama, because that's when, his last year or two there was when the NIL money started coming in. He's dealing with basically the same mentality.
Right. He didn't want to have to deal with all of that change, and I don't blame him. He was almost 70 years old, and
Yeah.
he had been the most successful college coach in history. Why would he stick around in a completely new system and risk tarnishing that legacy?
Absolutely, 100%. And Alabama did win the Iron Bowl, although that was hardly a blowout.
No, that was a tough game. That was exciting.
Those rivalry games, you just don't know.
Yeah. The gentleman that has a restaurant chain here in Florida that was my on-air partner from the Dolphins for 8 years, Bob Baumhauer is his name, all-pro NFL linebacker, great guy. He said one team could be 10-0 and the other team could be 0-10. In that game, the playing field is level.
Yeah.
And anything can happen. So it's a tough one to predict. But we had our Predict-a-thon contest this week, and we did have a winner, Don Johnson. I was wondering what he's been doing since he left Miami Vice, but Don Johnson predicted the 27-20 outcome. And I can't wait for him to pick up his prize so we can share fashion ideas. Because when that show was popular, I wore the look, and I got away with it too. Can we start with some of what you wrote over the weekend? Because it was very thought-provoking, the hard truths. And if you could recap some of the items that you went through, because they are hard truths, and we got to look at those things. I don't even know where to start. This race in Tennessee has got me nervous with this Afton socialist. How are socialists suddenly making a comeback? And
you've got election fraud, and you've got the news media misinforming the public about what's really happening, and you got all these kids coming out of college having been brainwashed by their professors and to hate America and love socialism, and so it's all combining, kind of like a perfect storm. And then, of course, you're in Nashville, which is a Democrat-run city that's getting overrun increasingly by illegal immigrants that the Democrats are managing to register to vote. And so you end up with a close race like this. It shouldn't be close, but it's going to be. And we just have to hope the voters do the right thing. But, it's hard to do when the public is so misinformed intentionally by our news media. Our news media has just become a complete and total propaganda operation at this point for the Democratic Party. And it just is, it's really hard for people to do the right thing when they have been completely misinformed about what the right thing really is.
It's mind-numbing to me that even with all the penalties they paid for lies they told about Donald Trump, that they still continue to do it. And
no, I agree. It's, it really is. And they've learned, changed nothing really. I mean, CBS gotten a little better. Washington Post has gotten slightly better, although they're running this hoax story on Pete Hegseth into the ground.
Give us the quick take on that, please.
I mean, the Washington Post. So this relates to the first boat they blew out of the water, the Venezuelan drug boat. The Washington Post publishes a story, I guess on Wednesday of last week, claiming that, after the first bombing run, there were 2 of the drug dealers still alive. How they would know that, I don't know. They claim to have spoken to, I don't know how many unidentified sources, right, who may or may not even exist. And that Hegseth gave an order to go back and kill them all. And which would be technically a violation of the rules of war, the international law.
Right.
And so there's going to be a congressional investigation. But Hegseth denies it. Everyone who's spoken on the record says it never happened. It's a complete fabricated story. I believe it's a completely fabricated story that was fed to the Washington Post by Democratic Party interests to change the subject from the Epstein files, which are
I haven't heard about them
boomeranging on the Democrats.
I haven't heard about the Epstein files in a week or more.
Well, that's exactly right. We haven't, have we? I mean, we haven't heard a peep about it, right? So this is the change the narrative tactic, this hoax. And, they're going to do everything they can to keep it alive. And they've even got a friendly Republican and Senator Tom Wicker, who's going to hold hearings, in the Senate on it. And Rand Paul, who's always looking for a reason to poke the president and his people. And so it's just a classic bit of Washington kabuki theater. And it's what our news media does. It's a propaganda operation.
The Democrats are better at following the Reagan rule relative to their party than the Republicans are.
Oh, yeah.
It's sickening.
Terrible about it. Yeah.
It's just awful. No matter how, and here's the thing. No doubt the story about Hegseth is fabricated, but they put it out there. And even if they retract it, they've already made the impression with the nut jobs that they want to, who will then spread it as fact.
That's all they care about.
I read this in the newspaper and, it's just frustrating. I loved what you wrote yesterday. In fact, we talked about it on the morning show as well today about AI and the fact that movies and TV shows, given the increasing generational quality of AI, they won't need actors anymore. I can't wait for that day.
That's where we're headed. I believe within a year, the AI generated stuff is going to be completely indistinguishable from reality. That's going to create all sorts of societal problems. Those of you who are on Facebook know Facebook is already completely overrun.
Yeah.
With fake stories that are completely generated by AI. Most of them are accounts from Turkey or China, Russia.
Wow.
It's just pure foreign propaganda generated by AI.
It's really bad on Instagram.
Yeah, it's terrible on Instagram. It's all over TikTok. X is doing a decent job of policing it, but it's still a lot of stuff on there. And so you get on there and my email is getting filled up now with emails from well-meaning people sending links to some of these AI generated stories. Say, can this really be true? Is this really true? And I don't have time to go answer 30 emails a day on crap like that. I'm not going to. That's why I wrote that in that piece. But I do believe that, the money factor in the entertainment industry is going to become irresistible, completely irresistible. So you're going to see Hollywood not only begin turning out movies that are completely made from AI, generated by AI, but they're going to invent entire movie stars and their personalities and their backstories and that are completely AI generated for people to become fans of. Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah. And so this is what's coming in our society. Then what's going to happen when elections come around and we get flooded with all these AI generated videos of candidates saying things they never really said.
Yeah.
And that's coming too. And I don't know how you police that without a massive censorship crackdown that completely eliminates the First Amendment of the Constitution. And we don't want to go there. So this is all going to create an overwhelming number of societal issues here in the United States.
Maybe that's why all these big tech companies and social media are letting it become like that. So they can say, we need to enforce, the First Amendment. We need to.
And, we were on the verge of going in that direction anyway. I mean, we were headed in that direction until Elon Musk brought out Twitter.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing that saved us. I mean, by now, had Elon Musk not done that, by now there would be no, as a practical matter, there would be no First Amendment. The 2024 election would have been successfully stolen by the Democrats. Joe Biden would probably be pretending to be president, or if not, Kamala Harris would be pretending to be president. But really, the president is, the big money people behind all the political candidates. That's the real president, giving orders to the elected officials what to do and say. And instead, they got Trump, and because Elon Musk, and it's all attributable to Elon.
Yeah,
if he hadn't done that, it would have all been over.
Remember how they all said Twitter would be out of business in a week because Elon bought it? How's that working out for you, left-wing loonies?
Didn't quite work out that way. I mean, Twitter sets new records for traffic and number of subscribers every day. And it's so many times larger than Facebook or any of the other social media operations. And
the media is all over it. I mean, they're covering those numbers like crazy.
Sure they are.
What a failure Elon's been as the head of Twitter. Which you mentioned the lost Kamala presidency. How about Tampon Timmy and what's going on in Minnesota with the? I guess they defrauded.
Yeah.
1 billion Somalians by the Somalis. Is that the way that
billion Somalians? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because I mean, differentiating the Somalian is $1, the Somalian is a person that hates America.
Yeah, and the biggest. So there were several different fraud scams that the Somali community in Minnesota was running to loot the treasury of the state of Minnesota and its social programs.
And Waltz let him do it.
And Waltz knew all about it. He knew all about it in 2020 in real time while it was happening. Okay. There were whistleblowers coming to them and begging for them to get involved.
Wow.
And not only did he refuse to cooperate with the whistleblowers, he set his law enforcement people on them, investigating them, trying to put them in jail. Okay. This Tim Waltz was no doubt. I mean, if we can ever get an audit of him, this guy had to be monetarily benefiting from all of it. The biggest scam was they set up a fake organization to feed off of the COVID subsidies that were coming into Minnesota. So really, this wasn't just a looting of the Minnesota system. It was looting of the federal treasury with all these trillions of dollars in federal subsidies that were coming in as COVID relief. And there was one organization that was claimed to be set up to feed underprivileged children. It claimed it was going to be feeding 10,000 underprivileged children every day in the state of Minnesota.
Good work.
They fed almost no one. The money was spent instead buying $1 million homes, real estate in Turkey.
That sounds like BLM.
Yeah, I mean, it was BLM. Yes, it's classic BLM kind of deal. And, Waltz and his people have known all about this for 5 years. And now he's out there claiming, oh, yeah, we didn't know anything about it. We found out too late, and we threw people in jail and blah, blah, blah. He knew all about it as it was happening and refused to do anything.
Can he be prosecuted? Well, yeah, I mean, that's a dumb question.
If you can convince the Department of Justice come in and start an investigation, a real honest investigation of all of it, then yeah, possibly he could face criminal charges.
Or maybe just the people of Minnesota will wake the hell up and get rid of these people. What is wrong with you up there? Your brain's frozen for half the year. You keep putting clowns like Tim Waltz and Jacob Fry running your biggest city. The hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, and he was the better option of who they had running in that race, right?
Yeah. I mean, the guy that ran against him in this last election was absolutely just frightening.
One of the Somalis, yeah.
He was scary.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not the best looking person in the world, but I don't think I look evil. Do I look evil?
Yes.
Well, it's a matter of perspective.
We got to take our first break. I know some people that would love to give you their perspective, David.
Yeah.
You may be getting an email.
Yeah.
You may be getting an email about that, and you'll have to put out another bulletin. Please don't send me any more emails about Greg Bedell being evil. Nothing to see here. Oh, there he is. There's Tampon Timmy. He's just a piece of work. David, please give your blog address so we can send people to your work on Substack, and then we'll come back after this break.
Yes, it's David Blackman, all one word, .substack.com for politics, Blackman.substack for energy. I write about both every day.
We will be back with David in a moment. In the meantime, let me mention that you still have time if you want to improve a room or your entire home before Christmas time with new flooring, new window coverings, or perhaps put in that new kitchen countertop that will graduate you from the Formica years of your life at Georgia Floors Direct. 30,000 square feet of choices. An incredible team of people I call the Merry Band of Flooriers, led by the merriest floorier of them all. That's Jeff Ballinson, Lord of the Laminates, who has been in the business for more than half of Georgia Floors Direct, 50 years. He's the reason in hiring and choosing people to work there and setting up so much affordable flooring. I mean, they've been bringing beautiful flooring within reach of everyone, literally since day one. And they offer 12 months good as cash for qualified customers. But it's a happy place. It's a happy place to shop. It's a happy place to work. And they invite you to come in and make your flooring or window covering or kitchen countertop dream come true. They have their own teams of installers. They do everything possible to make it work for you, no matter what you're looking for. In one destination, 50,000 square feet on the boulevard across from Lowe's. They've been there since 1969, and they're still voted #1 flooring destination in the river region by consumers year after year after year, including this one. Skipper with another update. Blue Water News next.
Well, we continue to look really good all over the area. Light to moderate traffic, I-65 and 85. We have not heard of any real issues anywhere in Montgomery, Prattville, Millbrook, or Wetumpka. We are keeping an eye on traffic. We'll update you if accidents happen to slow you down. At McKenna Nissan, they've got 0% financing up to 60 months on 2025 Pathfinders, Rogues, and Muranos. It's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Budget Floors and More, your new best friend.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. Auburn University named 41-year-old Alex Golesh as new head football coach on Sunday. The former South Florida Bulls coach is widely regarded as one of college football's best offensive minds. Golesh led the Bulls to 23 wins over the last 3 seasons, including a 9-3 record this year. Born in Moscow, Golesh moved to the United States when he was 7 years old. Montgomery police have launched a homicide investigation following the discovery of a man's body. Officers were called to the 2900 block of Steeplechase Lane to perform a welfare check where an unidentified man was found dead from a gunshot wound. The death is being considered a homicide. No further details were made available. A second suspect has been arrested in connection to a Montgomery gunfight earlier this year. The incident happened on the night of July 25th in the 6800 block of Atlanta Highway, where a gunfight involving multiple people occurred. 18-year-old William Wingard was arrested Saturday and charged with attempted murder in the case. More arrests are expected. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw an internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Businesses have trusted our family at Delta for their printing needs since 1979. Today, Delta does business printing and so much more. We print invitations, Christmas cards, Canva, and Etsy files in as little as 24 hours. We can also print and address the envelopes, saving you time and money. Come see us at 5757A Atlanta Highway or call 271-COPY or shop at letdeltadoit.com. When you need printing, copying, gifts, signs, or more, let Delta do it.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Ernest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Ernest, 334-279-7431. Ernest Financial, LLC.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Radar is going to be very active this evening and tonight and probably tomorrow morning as well. Looks like a soaker, 1 to 2 inches of rain, much needed rain, with the overnight low temperature down to about 48. Then tomorrow, a day of falling temperatures and gusty winds up to about 20 miles per hour. Temperature falling to about 43 by 4 o'clock. Overnight low tomorrow night down to 27.
What?
Sunshine, mid-50s Wednesday, upper 50s Thursday, and another soaker coming up Friday evening into early Saturday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
We're redesigning financial freedom at CB&S Bank. Make purchases at participating stores and restaurants using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile devices with Mobile Wallet. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for more information. Member FDIC.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
And there's an old saying. Behind every successful man, there's a woman, a loving, giving, caring woman. But you wouldn't know about that, Dan, because there's no old saying about what's behind a miserable failure.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
I'm sorry. That's still funny.
That never gets old. I love that.
It never gets old.
And
I
remember
say that. That's one of those things that is like a random phrase in my mind that I use as a comeback just randomly.
Yep.
And if
So
they're
funny.
gonna do AI TV shows, go back and do it with the first cast on SNL and give us a show that's watchable and not whatever it's become. Who cares? It's become a giant who cares. I wrote my December magazine column, which will be out, I think, Wednesday. It's about Chevy Chase. It's focused on him and his recent admission, or I think maybe it's a show that premieres tonight. I forget. It's on CNN. I'm not inclined to watch it, but in which he admits that leaving the show was a mistake. Finally, the guy's been his own worst enemy virtually the entire time he's been in entertainment. But the character he nailed was Clark Griswold, and that's the guy I identify with.
Mm-hmm.
So he left something enduring, something that's become a Christmas tradition, and the dad that wants to give the perfect Christmas. That's me every year. That is whatever, and you never quite get there.
I identify with him every day of the year. Like my intentions are there, my effort is there, execution somewhat flawed.
By the way, I should play this. This is kind of a Griswoldian moment, but it happened in real life, and I've got the video on my Facebook page. So let's switch to this tab over here. All I have is the audio, but you can watch the video on Facebook. A family sets up their entire Thanksgiving buffet
Oh no.
on an antique table, and they're so proud of it when you listen in here.
There's a bow.
Bravo. Bravo.
And then the whole table caved in.
Oh my gosh.
That was a very Griswoldian kind of moment, but they actually were able to salvage most of the stuff. They had to come up with a few replacement sides. But anyway, that's I would love to see them. If that would be my first AI request. Give us some more SNL from back in the day when it was actually funny.
Yeah.
When it was
And people,
funny,
and Jane, you ignorant slut, other things like that became part of the lexicon and words that everybody used.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
There's Dan. And all of that cast, with an exception or two, went on to have real careers.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd was funny, but he also did a couple of serious roles that were pretty decent, like Driving Miss Daisy, and there's another one I can't remember off the top of my head. But
and some great comedies. I mean, The Great Outdoors,
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. You know, Aykroyd was an interesting guy. He wasn't the most naturally funny member of that cast, but some of the most memorable skits. I mean, Bass-O-Matic, and
yes,
you know, he just had some of these crazy memorable skits and
out of the box ideas that were funny and not vulgar. And
right.
I mean, I suppose that In a Box might have been funny. But nobody talks about that show anymore. I don't know. I don't know what they did this week. I don't know who was on, who the guest. Who cares? That's what it's become. A giant.
I don't even know anybody who's on that show anymore.
No. Sad.
It is sad.
Now I'm whiffing on where I wanted to go. Oh, I loved reading your blog about Mark Kelly and the fact that he seems hell-bent for leather and continuing to put his foot in his mouth.
Yeah, what is up with that?
He's
like twisting the.
Well, he must be getting big money from somewhere for doing all this. Is all I can figure. I assume they all are getting some pretty significant payola for doing what they're doing, because they're putting themselves in legal jeopardy by doing it. And so there must be some big money people behind the whole operation. And I assume we'll probably find out who that is pretty soon. And, and it's all obviously being done with people in the intelligence community. And it's really shocking that this continues to go on, in the second Trump administration, and that Tulsi Gabbard can't root these people out of that group of organizations. But they're so deeply embedded and have been for decades that it's an almost impossible thing to clean up. I believe. Well, what I believe is we're either going to completely dismantle all those intelligence agencies and then rebuild from scratch, or we're going to lose the country.
Can I play this clip from Meet the Press that you included in your blog?
Oh, yeah.
Share it.
Do you believe President Trump made that you consider unlawful?
Well, so this is looking forward, but let me give you a path, an outline of things that he has said. In 2016, he said that the U.S. military will follow his illegal orders. He said something on a debate stage and was reminded that would be illegal. And he said the military will not refuse his orders, regardless of whether they're legal or not. He also talked about shooting protesters in the legs. How un-American, how unconstitutional is that? Fortunately, there was a Secretary of Defense that has stopped this. He's also talked about sending troops into U.S. cities to use those cities and people for training. I mean, we're concerned because of this president with this Secretary of Defense that we could have a significant problem. So this was a simple message, follow the law, and it was looking forward.
Well, and
forward.
And so again, she asked him a question: what illegal orders is he given? He can't give a single example.
No.
Despite the fact that in the video they recorded, they implied that he was already doing it.
Right.
He's not doing it. He hasn't done it. Most of what he said, by the way, in the answer was complete BS. That is attributable to third parties who have a grudge against Trump. It's just, this is an obvious effort to create doubt and dissension within the military. Okay, that's what this is. It's setting the stage, they're trying to make it difficult for the commander in chief to manage the U.S. military, which is his authority under the Constitution. That's sedition. That's what this is. And the Pentagon, Kelly's the most vulnerable of the bunch, as we've talked about before, because he's a retired officer.
Yeah.
So he's still subject to the Uniform Code of Military Justice. And I believe the Pentagon, and I think he may be trying to force the Pentagon to do it, to reactivate him to active duty and court-martial him, so that he'll be able to start claiming, well, Trump's a dictator now. But I just think it's almost imperative that the Pentagon move in that direction. I think they really need to make a stark example of him and throw him into prison for what he's doing.
I think Pete Hegseth is capable. I don't think he's going to screw around with this.
Well, I
they
hope
may be
not.
gathering whatever they need to move forward on that. They need to make an example out of one of these clowns.
And the other one who's continuing to push this envelope is Slotkin, the senator from Michigan, who's the ex-CIA agent or officer, they call themselves. And she probably still is a CIA operative. I mean, let's be honest, they never really leave the agency.
They don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
She probably still is.
Yeah, the CIA is like the Hotel California. You can check it any time you'd like, but you can never really leave.
You can never really leave.
Right.
Now, do you have any information on how this may be impacting Kelly in his home state? Are they seeing him as a hero, or are they seeing him as a loser?
No information yet.
Because
I'm sure we'll see some soon, though.
The only thing he can do, in my opinion, to save himself is to give an example. What are you talking about? Illegal orders? Because all we've gotten so far is and that's it.
Yeah, no.
And see, that's what the hoax in the Washington Post is about, trying to find an illegal order that the military leaders have given to the armed services. So they just made one up out of whole cloth and blamed it on Hegseth, because they can't really trace those orders back directly to the president, right? And the reality is the president hasn't given any orders. I mean, he's authorized the use of the National Guard in Washington, D.C. and a few other cities when it's been requested by mayors and governors in those states and cities, which is completely legal. He just hasn't given any illegal orders and has no real plans to. And
you just reminded me of something I wanted to ask you. Muriel Bowser is not going to run for another term as D.C. mayor.
Yeah.
Do you think this is in any way connected to the Guard coming in, actually making it safer? Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it exposed what an incompetent idiot she really is. Okay, she could have asked for the National Guard at any time during her 12 years as mayor of that city, and instead just let crime get completely out of control, turn the city into essentially a third world country. And, Trump just basically had to force it on them because it's a federal city. The city government in Washington, D.C. only exists at the behest of the U.S. Congress and the president. Okay. I mean, Congress can rescind that authority at any time. And so because it's a federal city, the president is able to order the National Guard in without her asking for it. And within days, the crime on the street is essentially gone. Now, we had this incident last week with the terrorists shooting the 2 National Guardsmen, but that's been a real notable exception to a city that is suddenly without violent crime for the first time in many decades. And so it just exposed what an incompetent fool she really is, and she probably figured she couldn't win.
Unbelievable. I really hope they have to make an example out of this. Because
and by the way, this is why the mayor of Chicago doesn't want Trump bringing the National Guard into Chicago, because it'll expose what an incompetent fool he is. This is the same motivation of these Democrat mayors all over the country.
Which begs the question, how do they get elected in the first place? Are people that stupid?
Yeah.
That they fall for these clowns? This guy in Chicago is what, a 6% approval? What did you see in him when he first ran for election that made you think, there's our next mayor?
Yeah, but if he ran for re-election, he'd be re-elected. Despite that 6% approval rating, because he's got a D next to his name.
Yeah. How sad. Let's have more of the same.
Yeah.
It's like a couple of weeks ago. What did we see? New Jersey, high taxes, all the issues were all there. All of it brought about by Democratic leadership. And what do? Let's get some different Democrats in there. They'll fix it. So unbelievably dumb. And I'm just baffled as to how maybe, let me ask you this is just a theory, and if I'm wrong, please. So many Republicans have fled places like Jersey and some of these other districts because they want nothing to do with the way things are going. Maybe there's just not that many left to elect somebody that might know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, that's completely accurate. Yes. And that's how the Democrat mayors want it. They want a public that is largely subservient or dependent on the government, a public that's uneducated, a public that is constantly living in fear, because that's the public that's the easiest to control. And so the Democrat Party intentionally creates these conditions to force people who have the ability to go somewhere else, because they want a captive audience so that they can just reign over them and grift off of all the NGOs that they end up creating that do nothing, like what's happened in Minneapolis. And this is all the program. This is the Democratic Party program for all the cities, big cities in our country.
All right, it's 4:00 already. Time flies when you're having fun. David Blackman, we still have so much to talk about, and we'll get to all of it before we take the top of the hour break. Please, once again, give us your blog address.
Yes, davidblackman.substack for politics and blackman.substack for energy. Come see me.
And we will rejoin David in a moment. Our show brought to you in part by Clark's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. More cold weather headed our way. Clark's Club members, though, twice a year, a Clark's HVAC tech, the best in the business, will be out to tune their system and make sure that all major components are working properly. There's coolant when needed for the hot weather, and that it's clean and not wasting energy. By the way, they've got 0% financing on select systems. So if you're ready to replace, let me urge you to consider this. They have great units. They can install them, and they cover you on the warranty.
Okay.
I'm telling you, the unit I have paid for itself in 3 years. That's how energy efficient it was. Worth looking into. And again, 0% financing on some of the bigger names in AC. Call 277-2125 for more details, or if your system is in good shape, get a membership so you have that protection not only on that, but your plumbing 24/7, 365. 277-2125 or clarkcomfort.com. Alabama certification number 09098. Skipper has traffic news in a few.
Well, we continue to look really good. We've got a lot of traffic on I-65 and 85. It is building there. The boulevards are really building. We're busy on East and East-South Boulevard. A little bit of construction work going on I-65 southbound at mile marker 191. They have some lanes of traffic closed there, so please use caution. Going to slow you down. Other than that, have a great drive this afternoon. We'll keep you updated. High school students get a head start on college with dual enrollment at Trenton State. Over 400 students are taking advantage of the program. Registration going on now for spring 2026. Go to trentumstate.edu/dual enrollment for more information. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
Call Dad. No, Ella, call Chad.
This Black Friday, why fight the crowds when the hottest deal is at Chad's AC and Heating? How about a brand new furnace for just $1? That's right, get a brand new furnace for only $1 with the purchase of a new AC and coil. Or just need a furnace? No problem. You'll get 25% off. And with your busy schedule, just call Chad, and tell him to sign you up for this money-saving deal before the end of the year. Call Chad's today at 784-9144. That's 784-9144.
Call Dad. No, Ella, call Chad.
Looking for the perfect night out? Head to Jack's Tavern, where the vibe is chill, the food is amazing, and the beer is freakishly cold. Happy hour rocks Tuesday through Thursday, 5 till 7. Then stay for dinner. You get all the great flavor of Epicure in a laid-back tavern atmosphere, with the full dinner menu served till 9. Friday is live music from 7 till 10, and Saturday is for football. An extensive wine list and 58 beers on tap. Yep, 58. So grab your crew, grab a pint, and make it to Jack's Tavern. Open Tuesday through Saturday.
This is not headline news. It's Cyber Monday. Possibly the last one where people will enjoy spending their money before AI takes their jobs. Zootopia 2 opened at number 1 at the box office. If you'd like to see talking animals without going to the movies, take mushrooms. Diddy served Thanksgiving meals to fellow inmates. The only catch is that they weren't allowed to ask what made the turkey so juicy. And a city in Alaska will let residents vote on their smartphones. And you can see it already. The winner of the election is Candy Crush. This is not headline news.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump said he hopes Russia and Ukraine can reach an agreement to end the war and to save lives. The president's envoy, Steve Witkoff, making his way to Moscow for talks with Vladimir Putin tomorrow. Cyber Monday dominating holiday shopping, projected to hit some $14 billion in online sales today. Retailers are leaning on AI-powered tools and aggressive discounts to try to lure buyers, while Black Friday's $11.8 billion haul already shows consumers are spreading their purchases across the entire weekend. Experts say e-commerce is now the clear winner of the Christmas holiday shopping season. Authorities in Stockton, California, offering a $25,000 reward as they hunt for suspects in a deadly shooting at a child's birthday party over the weekend. 4 people were killed, including 3 children, and 11 others were wounded. Police say the attack was targeted. More on these stories at srnnews.com.
Newsmax, you like Newsmax. I like it too. Newsmax has been terrific.
President Trump is right. Millions like you are tuning into Newsmax. You're watching Newsmax on cable. You're going to our streaming channel, Newsmax 2, and you're downloading our free Newsmax app on your smartphones and TVs. Reuters Institute says we're now one of the top news brands in the nation. Every night, watch great shows with Rob Schmidt, Carl Higbie, Rob Finnerty, and more as they expose the big media lies, the Washington swamp, and they're never afraid to talk about faith, freedom, and the values that made us great. Find out why Newsmax is the fastest growing news channel in America. Make the switch today and join our news revolution. Get Newsmax on cable, on streaming, and download the free app today. It takes just seconds to start. Let President Trump know you stand with Newsmax. It's for real news, for real people. Make the switch today.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Truckers, if you are looking for green grass, contact Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. In business since 1959 and still growing. Call today, 855-777-9785.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Radar is going to be very active this evening and tonight and probably tomorrow morning as well. Looks like a soaker, 1 to 2 inches of rain, much needed rain, with the overnight low temperature down to about 48. Then tomorrow, a day of falling temperatures and gusty winds up to about 20 miles per hour. Temperature falling to about 43 by 4 o'clock. Overnight low tomorrow night down to 27. Sunshine, mid-50s Wednesday, upper 50s Thursday, and another soaker coming up Friday evening into early Saturday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Brighten your holidays with ASE Credit Union. Enjoy the season stress-free with our special holiday loans. Visit us or call today to learn more. ASE Credit Union, your ASECU.com, 334-270-9011. Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
The following radio theater is brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health.
Hey, Dad, can you play football?
Oh, no, buddy.
All right.
Pops, want to work out?
Maybe later.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tomorrow?
You've got one life, and it's too short for not nows, maybe laters, and tomorrows. If you have symptoms of ED and low T, Your family, friends, and even your career has already been affected. Book your discreet evaluation at Montgomery Men's Health and turn your tomorrows into
today.
Yes! Touchdown!
Come on, one more, Dad.
Today!
Push, Dad. One more. Come on, push.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tonight.
Call 334-440-3663 or book now in under 30 seconds at montgomerymenshealth.com. Montgomery Men's Health, for every man in every season of life.
E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free. E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free.
At E-Bike Oasis, we're more than just Montgomery's best electric bicycle store. E-Bike Oasis offers free 1-hour electrical bicycle rentals and a full-service electric bike repair shop. Stop by E-Bike Oasis in Montgomery today for free rentals, repairs, and electric bicycle brands in town.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
That sound good to you, Joey?
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1, WACV. News Talk 93.1.
It's Cyber Monday, Monday, Monday! Cyber Monday! Avoid the stores, the lines, the yelling, the pushing, the stabbing, the shooting. Stay away from the parking lots, the food courts, creepy mall Santas, and more. Don't miss the deals, the steals, the online bargains, featuring high-powered, super-fast Wi-Fi in the privacy of your own home. Cyber Monday, Monday, Monday! Be there!
And it is Cyber Monday, and from what we just heard at the top of the hour news, this has been a booming weekend for retail, though the market's not reflecting that. Brett McDonald will join us at 5:15 from Invista Advisors to talk about that activity today. David Blackman rejoins us. And David, we have a caller who has waited the entirety of this break to talk to you.
And he said he would. He called and he said, I'll wait through the break.
That's our buddy. How you doing, Papa Beat?
Yeah, I guess that whole blackout thing didn't really work out for them on the shopping, whatever.
Oh, was there a boycott or something over the weekend by the left?
It didn't quite work out, did it?
Well, they didn't have anybody else's money to spend. Well, how
Hey,
they
money talks, man. Money talks.
That's funny. Yeah, so, all right, David, I'm going to float this theory out to you, and let me just hear what you got to say about it, all right? So Trump, he's rounding up the illegals. He's canceled the Social Security numbers. They're cleaning up the voter rolls. He's drained the NGOs. He's done all kinds of things to kneecap any kind of Democrat, efforts. They really don't have much left to do that can do that's effective. Okay. So what they can do though is they can riot. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they can certainly riot. Yeah. And that's coming.
And right. That's what I believe. When that guy said this is looking forward, I think he was telling the truth about that.
Yeah.
These statements by these individuals about follow the law, blah, blah, blah. It's about trying to, get out in front of what would probably happen in case of riots. This time we're not, Trump is not going to wait on anybody. He's just going to go in and declare some sort of a martial law type situation. And if it happens during the elections, then that means that, they'll be tightly overseen by, military or something like that. So really that's what all of these statements are about. It's looking forward to what they've got planned, and that is to riot. Some sort of George Floyd moment. That's the only thing that worked for them in the past. They want it again. They want it so desperately that they're willing to manufacture it if they can.
Yes,
Tell me I'm wrong.
I think that's absolutely right. I think this is the precursor to an effort to foment a color revolution in the United States, just as they did across the Middle East during the Arab Spring. The CIA was behind all of that. I believe rogue agents in the intelligence agencies are behind this, and they were behind the summer of riots in 2020. And that's why I believe that the only way to save our country is to do what John F. Kennedy said he would do, which is rip the CIA into 1,000 pieces and scatter it to the wind.
Scatter it to the wind.
And then start
That
over.
is, yep, and that's what will have to happen. It doesn't really take a super genius to figure out what they're up to. This is what has worked in the past, and we're gonna, they're gonna.
Let me. I'm not being devil's advocate, but let me throw both of you a thought here. I think now that some time has passed since George Floyd, I think America is going to be a lot slower to buy in on a situation like that. They just can't pick a random incident where somebody is mistreated by a cop and turn that into the event that burns America down. I don't think people are going to go for that again. Just a thought.
You would hope so.
I think you're right. Well, let me just say this. I think you're right about that, Greg, because I think by and large the American people just had enough of that. I think they had enough of it when it was happening, but nothing was done about it. They wanted somebody that would do something about it, but nothing could do anything because, the governors had to ask Trump to send in the troops or whatever, and they never would, I think that when this time, if it happens again, I think that the American people will be 100% behind Trump, sending in the troops, quelling the riot, doing whatever needs to be done. You notice Pritzker, one of the things that he said, Governor Illinois, and he was really worried that Trump was going to take over the elections. Well, you know what? That probably is what needs to happen because you said it, Greg. How do these people get elected or keep getting elected? They don't. The reason they keep getting elected is because they are just, the fraud is rampant.
Yeah.
And it has to be stopped.
Thank you for the call, Papa B. By the way, there was a poll just now that said Van Epps is a couple of points ahead of that socialist.
Yeah. But we saw how great the polls were in New Jersey and Virginia. When you can just willy-nilly invent 500,000 votes in New Jersey, it's kind of hard to overcome.
I see a headline here, David, that says 400 DHS employees have called out Tim Walz for the fraud in Minnesota.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now that's the state DHS.
Yes.
Okay. That's not the federal DHS. And, yes, they have. And
by hundreds of his own state employees.
He was obviously at the very least condoning the fraud.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want a full federal investigation to find out if he was benefiting from the fraud.
The tweet they put out, Tim Walz is 100% responsible for massive fraud in Minnesota. We let him know of the fraud early on, hoping for a partnership in stopping it, but no. And a lot of this money went back to Somalia.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So Ilhan Omar can stand there, and when is she going to get called out for being married to her brother?
And these are the voters that keep her in Congress, by the way.
Send them back.
Yeah.
They're just, they have no interest in assimilating. Their culture is incompatible with America and our Constitution. Look what's going on in Michigan, chanting death to America in the street with Rashida Tlaib being completely silent. She's got nothing to say about it. Anyway, I'm nothing would make me happier than to see Tim Walz brought down by a massive fraud.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be amazing. There's a word.
The federal government is going to have to do it. Okay. The Trump administration would have to do that. The Minnesota state legal system isn't going to do anything because it's all run by Walz's cronies in the Democrat Party.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd have to be done by the federal government.
Like a parakeet or a parrot that learns a new word. The word that you can't get away from in the news today is affordability. And because Donald Trump has not brought the price down on everything in 10 months or 11 months, whatever it's been, all of a sudden, I hate it when they get a new word because then we never hear the end of it on the news.
Right. It's just the narrative. Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Well, it means life isn't affordable for people below a certain income. I think that's undeniably true, but I mean, it isn't Trump's fault.
Well,
You
I
know,
mean,
this all happened under Biden. Every bit of it.
every bit of it. I couldn't have everything I wanted early on in my career. I had to wait.
See, that's the thing. We talked about this before, and I brought up the point that these people are living with their parents longer than even I did. And so when they leave their parents' house at 24, 26, 31, they think they're automatically going to have what their parents have now.
Oh.
They don't start out.
Well,
they don't have a starter mindset.
And a lot of these knuckleheads didn't take into account that they were going to be saddled with student loan debt that would be equal or greater than most mortgage payments.
Right.
Well, and
What
that's
were they
the other
thinking?
side of it. Yeah, the education system, took them all for suckers and gave them useless educations for exorbitant costs.
Mm-hmm.
And they were happy to do it, and they come out into the real world, and the real world doesn't work the way their professors brainwashed them to believe it does, and suddenly they're lost.
Mm-hmm.
And the price, the median price of a home over the 20 years from 2003 to 2023 went from $182,000 to $423,000. Okay. The median income only increased by about 20%.
Mm-hmm.
So you got 150% increase in the cost of a home, 20% increase in income over the same period of time. That means millions and millions of young Americans have been priced out of home ownership.
Yep.
And really don't have much hope of ever owning a home, particularly the ones who got the useless degrees and, whatever made up major these colleges come up with to scam them out of their money.
How about that number that came out? 61% of people with a college degree say it isn't worth it.
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, our education system is one of the biggest scams ever invented by mankind. You got these damn professors making millions of dollars a year, some of them.
Yeah.
And have tenure, and they're useless. They're worthless. Most of them are Marxists who don't teach their kids anything about the real world anymore. It's all a big brainwashing operation in some of these universities. It's a scam. It's just like everything else the Democrats touch in our society. It's all a huge scam designed to separate people from their money.
Mm-hmm.
And with these young kids, I don't blame them for being angry because the scam is separating them from their money for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you come out of college with $200,000 in college debt, and
that's so insane.
You're not ever going to be able to pay that off.
And imagine just how disheartening it is, even if you do get a job in the field that you went to school for. Almost everybody has to get like a serving gig or bartending or something,
right,
just to make ends meet. Like you come out and you have to work 2 jobs immediately.
Right.
It's just everything is a bummer.
Yeah, right back to the affordability. However, if that testy guy that runs the Fed can start cutting interest rates this month again, I mean,
they're going to get another cut. I mean, it's going to accelerate. I mean, the mortgage rate's going to be down where it was here sometime next year. I mean, it's going to go down into the 4% range.
That'll put a few more people in range of
that
a house.
helps. But I mean, it's just it's so unattainable. You come out of college with a degree in Russian lesbian literature studies. Okay, what are you going to do with that? And
that was my minor.
There's 100,000 of your fellow students who got the same degree at different universities, and the market for that, that particular degree is maybe 40 positions in the country. So what are you going to do for the rest of your life? You have broke yourself obtaining a useless, worthless degree because it made you feel good for 4 years doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. And now you're facing the rest of your life with no education that has any market value whatsoever. What are you going to do? You're going to work at McDonald's for the rest of your life? Yeah. I mean, if you work at all, that's what you're going to be stuck with.
I may have mentioned this guy once before, David, in a chat. Friend of mine in high school, Tom Hankus, valedictorian, perfect 4.0 average. But during high school, got a job at the McDonald's. Like most of us had a job doing something to make a little money.
Yeah.
Well, they were so impressed with him, they sent him to McDonald's. He could have gone to Harvard. He had scholarships, full scholarships all over the country. But he went to McDonald's U, eventually became a top executive with the company and spent his at one job, went to work for McDonald's in high school, stayed there his entire career.
Yeah.
Pretty remarkable.
Yeah, some people can do that. A lot of people go into the grocery business and start as, check out and work their way up and become store managers and make a good living. And then some, a few get to be area manager and then regional manager and the whole shooting match. You can spend your whole career in the grocery business and you can make out a decent living for yourself. But if your degree is in something completely worthless, I mean, there's degrees now in Taylor Swift studies.
What?
Okay?
Stop it.
What is the use of that? I mean, so, these universities have become complete scams.
Yeah.
So many of them. And even the Harvards of the world are just big scams designed to separate wealthy kids from their parents' money. And it's just pathetic what this education system has turned into. And I don't know how you fix that really, other than so many of these kids, going out and learning a trade and really learning how to make a real living.
There you go. I don't know if he retained a plumber or an air conditioning tech. They are making serious money.
They're making serious money. You can't get a plumber to your house to fix anything for less than $400 or $500.
You are correct, sir.
Yeah.
But you know what? When something is leaking and you need it fixed, you pay or you just live with the leak. And who wants to do that? That didn't quite come out the way I hoped, but I think you get my point. We're going to tap your oil industry expertise in a moment because I heard a story over the weekend that somebody was able to buy gas in Oklahoma for under $2 a gallon.
Yeah.
Ooh, with my
It's true. All right, we're going to look down the road, though, and see if this might be playing at a gas station near you at some point. And Barbara, we want to get Barbara on before we take the break.
I'll try to be quick. Good afternoon, gentlemen, and Miss Pamela. I'm
Hey.
sorry I forgot your name, but I'm old. David, and I feel like I can call you David because I hear you on the radio all the time. I have a concern. Okay, first thing, Mondani or whatever his name is.
He was on my list to talk about.
He won that election. There were more people voting in that election than had been in years. Okay. Another thing. The guy, I think he was running for attorney general. He threatened he said, "I wish I could kill my opponent and her family."
In Virginia,
And
yeah,
then
Jay Jones.
I think it was the lady running for governor in Virginia. I don't remember what
Winsome
she
Sears.
said. And that just concerns me something terrible. I really believe, well, I know God's in charge, let's put it that way. But it really concerns me when people like that get elected. Are the people in these states so stupid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they are. It's Trump derangement syndrome, throughout our society. They think anything is better than Trump. Okay. And so there are no standards anymore in the Democratic Party in terms of morals or anything like that, or ethics. It's just whoever's got a D next to their name isn't affiliated with Trump. So we're going to vote for them. Doesn't matter who they are, what they do. It just doesn't matter. It's Trump derangement syndrome.
That's what scares me. How many other states in this country feel the same way?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's in every state.
Radio station, by the way. I'm sorry. What did you say?
Oh, it's in every state. I mean, it's infested the whole Democratic Party and their entire voter base.
Well, it's frightening to
And
me.
that's millions and millions of people. That's a lot of people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Barbara, thank you for the call.
Yes, sir. Thank you, David, for coming on the show. Thank you.
Thank you for the call.
Bye-bye.
I want to thank him for that too, but we still have another big segment or two to go. But we do have to take a break here for traffic and news. So, David, let's direct everybody to your blog address so when we come back, they know where to find you and subscribe.
Yeah, just Google David Blackman on Substack. It all comes up. It's just like magic.
He's that simple, that easy, friends.
Yeah, I am simple.
I mean, well, I'm not that complicated, am I?
My father used to tell me that sometimes when I couldn't mow the grass right.
Oh, man, I love these headlines out of it. 100% responsible Minnesota workers blame, and they tried to warn knucklehead Kamala that, hey, you're... But my theory is that she picked him because nobody else would do it.
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, Shapiro would have been a vastly superior running mate, but he was Jewish, and the whole party's become Jew haters too. So
they have him. We can't have that.
Oi!
All right, David, we'll be back with you in just a minute. We'll check traffic and news and let you know the show brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. Oh, my goodness. I don't know if it was a little bump from behind or what, but something dislodged my rear sensor in the back bumper. It was in there rolling around. So it was hard to back the car up because it saw danger everywhere. Very confused. And I noticed my front left bumper was once again somehow not quite attached. Situations like that linger. So off to Montgomery Paint and Body. Donnie and Brandon Turner not only had that fixed, had the rear, took the bumper off, remounted the sensor. So you guys don't have to do anything. No, you brought the car here, and you're going to get it back looking good as new, maybe better. And oh my, have you seen it? It looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've got one payment left on this vehicle, and it looks like I just bought it yesterday. That's the net result, whether it's a serious wreck or cosmetic damage or your paint's been messed with by Mother Nature, bring it to MPB. Get the best result because Donnie Turner won't let it happen any other way. His obsession with perfection pays off for you. 27 Rec with a W. Now, let's see who is out there that might need them at the moment.
We have an accident, Lawrence Street at High Street. Please use caution there. Other than that, we're looking pretty good. Just busy. We have a lot of cars on I-65 and 85 through the interchange. Traffic is building there as well as East and East South Boulevard. Pretty busy now between Narrow Lane and Woodley over to Troy Highway and from Vaughn Road up to I-85. Please use caution wherever you are. We'll keep you updated if any other accidents happen. When it comes to the big jobs, check out the new Cat Next Generation track loaders at Thompson Tractor. A bigger cab, more torque, more power, and great financing available. ThompsonTractor.com. They're on I-85 just past Taylor Road. Buckle up with the Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
News is brought to you by Jack Ingram Nissan. Shop now at jackingramnissan.com.
1819 News.
A Republican candidate running in the 2026 primary for the U.S. Senate seat here in Alabama says that European governments need to step up in order to help Ukraine in its war against Russia. Morgan Murphy was on Newsmax this past weekend. He says that countries within the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, have relied too much on U.S. military rather than taking care of the problem themselves.
This is a European war. And frankly, we've got 20 European nations out there that have a smaller army than the average number of guns at a Bass Pro Shop. I mean, literally, I'd rather go to war with Bass Pro Shops than 20 of our 31 NATO partners. They're more better armed. So Europe's got to get it together, protect their own homeland.
I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Did you know that 70% of people experience a potentially traumatic event in their lifetime, and that 6 out of every 100 adults face PTSD every day? Help us bring hope to these survivors by signing up for your Alabama Distinctive PTSD Awareness License Plate today. The great thing is you can sign up no matter when your current plate renews, and the first year is complimentary. All you need is your VIN number on hand. Drive awareness, drive hope, and customize your plate today at atease.org.
An Opelika man has been arrested and charged with murder. The Lee County SWAT team was involved in arresting 44-year-old David Preston. He's believed to have shot and killed 43-year-old Marcus Strickland. Investigators say the two men were acquaintances. An Australian swimming pool company plans to build a manufacturing plant in Opp, Alabama. Aquatic Leisure Technologies Group will build a 52,000 square foot facility on 22 acres of land in that area. The plan was announced by the Alabama Department of Commerce and local leaders in Covington County. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
In the market for a used car? Visit jackingram.com to view our selection of luxury, domestic, and imported vehicles. With 8 locations and online at jackingram.com, Jack Ingram Motors is sure to have the perfect car for you.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better Business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
I bought your Christmas present, and it's custom so you can't return it.
What is it? Where'd you get it?
Delta Printing. I ordered monogrammed wine glasses for my sister, photo ornaments for Grandma's tree. I also got Mom custom table linens and printed your face on golf balls for your brother.
Delta can do all that? I thought they were just business printing and signs.
Nope, Delta Printing and Sign can do it all.
Delta Printing and Sign. Your one stop for Christmas cards, custom gifts, business cards, and more. Visit letdeltadoit.com. or call 271-COPY.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Ernest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Ernest, 334-279-7431. Ernest Financial, LLC.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Radar is going to be very active this evening and tonight and probably tomorrow morning as well. Looks like a soaker, 1 to 2 inches of rain, much needed rain, with the overnight low temperature down to about 48. Then tomorrow, a day of falling temperatures and gusty winds up to about 20 miles per hour. Temperature falling to about 43 by 4 o'clock. Overnight low tomorrow night down to 27. Sunshine, mid-50s Wednesday, upper 50s Thursday, and another soaker coming up Friday evening into early Saturday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Whether you're buying a home or auto or consolidating debt, CB&S Bank's personal loans get you where you need to go. Go to cbsbank.com to find a location near you or apply online today. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Breaking Idiocracy news on Chuck Schumer.
Shortwave, take it down, quick. What's it say? Shut up.
Make no mistake, there will be a trial, and when that trial ends, senators will have to decide if they believe Donald John Trump incited the election against the United States.
No, that's old Chuck Schumer news. He claims that 3 of his New York offices received MAGA bomb threats.
Oh, bullshit.
Gosh.
Yeah. That's total crap. We don't do that. We don't work that way. We're not, it's not in our DNA to make bomb threats. And we wouldn't know how to riot if our lives depended on it. I'm pretty sure.
It's just, it's just more made up stuff. Another hoax.
Yeah, MAGA. Those MAGA people. Oh,
yeah.
Brother.
Remember, what's his name? Jesse Smollett? How'd that work out for him?
Yeah. What is Jesse Smollett up to these days anyway?
I have no idea and do not care.
Starring in anything?
I don't think he's even in Lifetime movies.
Nashville. Yeah, and certainly I'm not going to expect to see him on Hallmark Channel anytime soon.
So Terry and I started watching a Netflix show, a police procedural kind of thing, and some with a male and a female lead, and then about 3 episodes in, I found out that the lady playing the lead was Jussie Smollett's sister, so we quit watching.
Oh, really?
So you could be missing some serious talent there, David.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
Yeah. Did you watch Death by Lightning? Well, it's on my mind. The James Garfield.
No,
David,
I haven't seen it yet.
I don't
did watch the John Candy thing, but not that one yet.
No, that was good. The Candy thing was good. I don't beseech you often, but I beseech you to watch this 4-part show. Each episode's about 40 minutes on the Garfield assassination.
Okay, I'll watch it this week.
Because he is the what if president. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'll just say one thing. His assassination may have set this country back scores of years on issues like race and civil rights, because he was the first one to really stand up on behalf of blacks in the United States to make sure that they had the same opportunities. And his assassination put an end to that.
Yeah, he was a brilliant guy. Yeah.
So, and it's not a propaganda film. It didn't hit me that way at all. It's very entertaining. It's not just well, this happened and that happened. It's the acting is really good. I think it's going to get a lot of Emmy it should get a lot of Emmy nominations just for quality. And it's the best thing I've ever watched on Netflix. And I will eagerly anticipate seeing what you have to say when you get around to checking that out. Mondani in New York is certainly this police person apparently hates police, which qualifies them for the job. His start in New York, it's clear he's going to do exactly what he promised.
What, did he hire a new police chief?
Somebody, it's not even a title. It's like an advisor, consultant.
Oh, that crap. Yeah. No, it's going to be a disaster. It's what they do. It's what communists do. And he retained the police commissioner, the chief of police that everybody liked, but he's going to put this apparatchik over her to supervise her, and it's going to become a joke.
When I heard him say that he was going to support the police chief who is staying, it reminded me of Neville Chamberlain believing that Hitler wasn't going to invade Poland or any other country. He was done.
Yeah.
Such naivete. Back to energy for a moment. Gas under $2 a gallon in Oklahoma. I've seen it here at $2.39.
It's gotten pretty cheap. And I have those Circle K rewards, and I have been getting gas.
Yeah, and you get discounts
for almost $2, barely over $2.
Wow.
Yeah, it was $2.29 at the station where I fill up. That was on Saturday.
Why is Trump not finding ways to all these affordability harpies should know this? Eggs, butter, so many products I buy on a regular basis are as much as $1 or more lower. Eggs certainly under
Eggs are
$2
less than half what they were under Biden.
Yeah, and that's all we heard in the first month. What are you going to do about eggs?
Right.
Well,
so he
guess
does
what?
something about eggs, and then it's the next thing. It's whack-a-mole.
They have the attention span of a moth, these people, but they've always got something. They've got the next crisis to blame him for.
Yeah, they do talk about gas prices. The administration does talk about it, but the media is not going to pick it up and amplify it. If it was, the Biden administration doing this, it'd be the lead story on the evening newscasts and headlines on the New York Times. But it's Republican, and so they're not going to amplify it. But they do talk about it, and but there's just so many other things happening. It just kind of gets lost in the shuffle.
That makes me very sad.
Yeah.
I read your piece on the Canadian pipeline for a certain specific type of crude. What's the downside of that? That they're building it through Canada? Are we gonna? Didn't Trump want the hell was the pipeline?
Keystone XL.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on
which
with
Biden
that?
canceled on the first day of his presidency with an executive order. Well, it's been pulled up out of the ground. The pipe's been used for other pipelines. That one's not going to get rebuilt. No, the one in Canada, they want to build a new pipeline to take about 90% of their oil sands oil to the West Coast to be exported to China and other Asian markets. Most of that oil comes into the United States now, and most of our refineries are set up to refine that oil, which is called heavy crude, which has a lot of sulfur and impurities in it. That's why we call it heavy crude. That requires a certain type of processing. And most of our refineries along the Texas and Louisiana Gulf Coast, which is where most of our country's refineries are now, are set up to process that kind of crude oil. So Canada now, to get they're getting hit with Trump's tariffs, and it's costing them billions of dollars a year to ship that oil into the United States and sell it here. And so what Mark Carney, their what do they call him? A premier or president? I don't know what in the world they even call him.
The premier.
He's done a deal with Alberta to ease off on emissions restrictions for their oil sands there in Alberta, where it's all produced. And his goal is to, attract international investors to finance a new pipeline to go to the West Coast. There's all kinds of complications with it. It would take 8 to 10 years to get it done if they're lucky. In the meantime, we're still going to have that oil coming in, and the Trump administration now has plenty of time to help find other sources of heavy crude oil to fill that need to replace all the Canadian crude, right? Well, where's that going to come from? Guess who produces a similar grade of heavy crude oil?
I'm going to guess hey, I would have had that one right.
Yeah. And so Venezuela is now about 3 different things. It's about stopping the drug trafficking. It's about going in there and ripping the Smartmatic operation to shreds and stopping all the election fraud that's been going on all over the world. 72 different countries they've been stealing elections in now with the help of the CIA. And it's about oil and getting Maduro out of there. Venezuela has the largest reserves of oil on the planet and had a robust oil industry until 2006 or 7, when Hugo Chavez decided to nationalize it all and seize the assets of all the oil companies. And since that time, it's all gone to seed because Venezuela doesn't have the expertise to run their own industry without help from these big oil companies. And so, Trump is going to depose Maduro and do all these things and do a regime change, which has never worked out well for our country. I hope probably it works out well in Venezuela, but, there's, as we saw in Iraq and Afghanistan, a lot can go wrong and probably will. But that's what, just another facet of what's happening down there and what it's really all about. And
you mentioned Afghanistan, the shooting in D.C. Is it my perception, or are they trying to hustle that off the front page?
Oh, sure, because it reflects badly on the Democrats. I mean, the Democrats let all those Afghans in without any vetting whatsoever, no vetting at all, just like the millions of illegals who streamed across the southern border. No COVID vaccines, no vetting, no health checks, no nothing. Just let them flood into the country and become a new Democratic Party voter base. So yes, they want to get that story off the front pages as fast as they can. And that's another reason why they continue to focus on this hoax story in the Washington Post.
The Democrats, they're good at making leprosy great again because I'll never forget it. I thought like that was just eradicated off the face of the earth, but a illegal immigrant was found with leprosy, I think in California, and mumps and all these other things that we've pretty much gotten rid of, all making comebacks.
Well, measles in Texas, right? I mean, you see all these stories. Oh, we've got measles epidemic in Texas. Well, no, there's something like that. But yes, there's measles cases in Texas, a handful of them, and everybody wants to blame Robert F. Kennedy for that. Well, it's not Kennedy's fault. We just let 13 million illegal aliens stream across the border with no vaccinations and no checking, no health checks, and no vetting of any kind. Gosh, is it really a surprise we've got a few cases of the measles in Texas now? I mean, come on.
I mean, we had measles epidemics when I was a kid.
Isn't
In
the
fact, our parents
measles-
exposed us to those, so we would get them and get rid of them.
Isn't that the one that they had a whole Brady Bunch episode about everybody in the house
Yeah,
getting the measles?
Yeah, that's the way it was.
And everybody was okay. No, it wasn't chicken pox. I think it was the measles.
Yeah.
Well, we did the same thing with the chicken pox.
Yeah.
It was a boomer thing, but it worked.
I mean, I had the chicken pox when I was a kid.
I did too, and the mumps.
So did my daughter.
I only had the mumps on one side. I looked really weird.
I don't remember the mumps other than just having had them and missing school for a week or two. The auto pen. What is the ultimate outcome of this? Is this just going to be a revelation? These are all likely to be upheld, aren't they? Everything that Joe signed.
Well, Trump put out that message on Truth Social that he's hereby declaring all of it null and void, everything that was signed by the auto pen. But all the executive orders that were signed by the auto pen, he certainly has the authority to revoke all of them, and he's already revoked most of them. So, I mean, that's within his authority. But, a lot of laws were signed by the auto pen. Thousands and thousands of pardons were signed by the auto pen under the supervision of people not named Joe Biden. And, you would love to see all that rendered null and void, and all these judicial appointments would be null and void, including Ketanji Brown Jackson, the ultimate DEI hire in American history.
Oh my God.
But
woman?
he doesn't really have the authority to make that determination. This would all require years in the courts and acts of Congress. And so it bothers me that he does stuff like that when he gets mad, because it's a big overpromise that he can't deliver on, and it doesn't help him with the public. I don't know why he keeps doing it. It's an unforced error and very unfortunate. So that's my criticism of Trump for today.
Duly noted.
It's allowed.
This will be on our quiz following David's appearance today, friends, at 4:49. Yeah, I the taking out of these boats, we lost over 120,000 Americans last year to fentanyl overdoses.
Yeah.
Which
is twice as many as we lost in the entirety of the Vietnam War.
So, of course, you would think that anybody with a shred of humanity would say, "This is horrible. We're losing all these young people. We got to keep these drugs from getting into the country." Trump is actually doing something about that. I don't think he's randomly hitting speedboats.
No, he's taking out the right boats. I mean, it's all well documented that the boats are drug boats. They go in and they find all the stuff floating around. They pick it up and they know what they're hitting. These boats are not hard to identify.
Right. You would think the Democrat, everybody would be applauding this. Great. We probably not only took out the boat, the drugs that were on it, and the narco terrorists, but probably saved thousands of lives who will never have access to the drugs that were on that boat.
Yeah. And if Biden was doing it, they would be applauding it, but because it's Trump, it
just gets so old. Anyway, it gets so old.
Very tiresome.
I know there's something we haven't. Have you seen any interesting or encouraging polling data lately and from sources you trust as far as Trump's performance and approval? People are down on him for the economy, but he's only been there for 10 months.
Yeah, Rich Barris, I was listening to his latest podcast the other day, and he's like, all these polls showing him down in the 30s are just BS. And it's all the fake polls, the usual suspects doing it for political reasons and not to really gauge public opinion. He says Trump's numbers are holding very steadily between 45 and 48%. They've gone down a little bit since June when they were up around 50, 51. But, he's still remarkably popular at this point in his presidency. Far more popular than Obama was, more popular than Bush, more popular than Biden, more popular than any other president since Clinton. And even Clinton really, actually, in his second term, at this point, Clinton was more popular. So because, he'd had the benefit of the Republican Congress balancing the budget.
Yeah. And he had the media. Had the media covering for all of his little mistakes in peccadillos.
Right.
So
right. And this was before the Monica Lewinsky thing broke. That came a couple of months from now. Clinton's second term. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice here.
We're going to give it back to you in 2 minutes.
Sorry.
But I love the fact. Here's how I see things setting up in a very simplistic way, which is how I am with money. That we've seen these huge sales numbers, retail numbers that came out, the government numbers last week were, I think they projected a 0.2 increase in retail. It came out 0.9. Huge numbers over the holiday weekend for online and in-store shopping. And Trump knew there would be some tough times early on because you just can't pull a switch and throw the economy into reverse. But it seems to me like it's setting up for what could be a very good 2026.
Well, if you can get anything out of Congress, I think it will be. But, Congress the Republicans are useless in Congress and not doing the things they need to be doing. And John Thune is still sitting on a bunch of Trump appointments for no good reason. I'm sorry, go ahead.
We need to get the judges approved so that and God help us, a Democrat end up back in the White House, we can go to court every single time they do something and find a conservative judge who will stop it like they've been doing to Trump. I'm so sick of the insanity. I would bet that people on the left are sick of it. I mean, it's the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, it is the same game over and over again. And for people who pay attention to it, it does get very old. But most people don't pay attention to it and haven't heard anything about any of this stuff. So
yeah,
I had to ask.
The Gillette Cavalcade of Sports is on the air.
We're going to wrap up our weekly visit with David Blackman, our weekly or bi-weekly.
There's no Dodgers news. There's no Dodgers news.
Has anybody heard any news on the Yankees?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, that's it for sport. Football. Are the Cowboys actually getting it together? Are they going to?
I hate to even say it, but yeah, I think they actually are. It's probably too late. They've lost 5 games and they're 2 games behind everybody with 5 to play. It's hard to make up that kind of ground in the last 5 weeks of the season, but they have turned into a pretty damn good football team, particularly on offense, but the defense has even gotten solidified with the trades they made right ahead of the trade deadline. And much as I hate to give Jerry Jones any credit, it looks like they made some good moves, and who would have ever guessed that would happen?
When you grew up in Chicago at the time I did, you had to have alternate teams because the Bears, the Cubs, the White Sox, they always sucked. And I became a Cowboys fan. And I used to love Roger Staubach and Hayes, the bomb, the long bomb.
Yeah.
Don Meredith actually was before Staubach.
Andy Don.
That was some good stuff. So maybe I'll take an interest in the Cowboys if they're actually getting it together. And on the college front, what are we watching this weekend? Is there a
You got Alabama and Georgia. That's the game.
I'm so excited for that.
I keep forgetting that Texas is now a Southeastern.
Yeah, SEC. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're hoping to somehow slip into the playoffs, but with 3 losses, it's really hard, and the reason's going to be because we scheduled Ohio State instead of some third-rate team.
Whoever did that should be fired.
Yeah, well, I agree that those games were scheduled 5 years in advance, and
they didn't know Arch Manning was going to be in his first starting game.
But I will tell you, if Texas doesn't make the playoff field, Texas will probably cancel. We've got home and homes in the future scheduled with Michigan and Notre Dame. We've got the home game with Ohio State next year. We may cancel every one of those games, and ESPN is going to lose. And every other big school that's got those kinds of games, big game matchups, on the schedule in non-conference, they're going to look seriously at canceling them. Because if the selection committee says, well, if you had played Texas State or UTSA and had a 10-2 record, you'd be in the playoffs. We'd be ranked about 7th or 8th in the country and a shoe-in to make the playoffs. But because we played Ohio State and played them a much better game than anyone else has played them this year, outgained them by 230 yards of total offense, lost by 7 points. But because we did that, we get kicked out of the playoffs because we got 3 losses. Then every athletic director in the country is going to take a look at their future schedules and say, well, we got to take that game off and that game off and that game off. And ESPN is going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars in television revenue. So it's a big thing here coming on that selection committee.
That's my heartbreaking at ESPN losing $1 over anything.
Yeah, well, but money talks, man, and there's a lot of money at stake now.
David, as always, thank you for your time. Will you be joining us on Thursday?
Oh, yes, of course.
I always want to make sure.
Well, I'm not, I don't have a cruise schedule, so yes, I'll be joining you on Thursday.
The blog address.
Yes, it is davidblackman.substack.com for politics, blackman.substack for energy. Write about both every day or almost every day anyway, and would love to see you there.
I want you to know when I meet listeners, your name comes up time after time after time.
Absolutely.
They always bring your name up, and thank you for being part of what we do.
That bastard Blackman, why do you keep having him on? Anyway.
Because he's cool, that's why. If you don't like it, don't listen. No, I never have to say that to anybody. David, thank you, my friend.
Thank y'all. Bye. See you later. Bye.
It's 5:00 already. How did that happen?
I know.
We're going to talk some money with Brant in a little bit from Invista Advisors, and the movie Maven will join us, brought to you by AMS Studios. My doctor been dealing with this one little annoying skin issue, and he prescribed me a cream to help it. But when I showed him my right hand, that age spot that was there, it's gone.
Gone. I need to take an after picture.
2 weeks. And it wasn't a giant, hideous thing.
No, but it's completely gone.
It's gone. 1 intense pulse light therapy treatment from AMS, it's gone. So my doctor, he says that's what you need to do for that area that you're having a problem with.
Yeah, it's for hyperpigmentation. So overly darkened skin spots, sunspots, age spots.
This is
it's not some woo-woo thing.
Yeah, if you got a spot, you got to do this. I mean, we will do the before and after. I'm just amazed. That thing annoyed me for I don't know how many years.
I want to say too, it works on like if you have scarring, discoloration around a scar, it works on that too. Like some people used to pick their skin or have acne scars or had surgery and have a scar. It works on that too.
Well, I wanted to let you know my doctor has now recommended the intense pulse light therapy for this. This is the real deal. We'll talk more about AMS Studios, but you might want to go there now at ams-studios.com and look into gift certificate possibilities for somebody you love and want to spoil. That's totally cool. Or call 730-1268. This works. Hi, here is Skipper. We've got Wall Street Business, SRN News ahead.
Well, we have a new accident, 7700 block of Vaughn Road. That's going to be right near Wells Fargo, out before Taylor Road. If you're headed outbound, we're seeing a tremendous amount of traffic there. Please use caution. Everywhere else, traffic is building. We've got a lot of cars on the interstates. The boulevards are very busy, especially east and east-south, and all of our feeder roads out of Montgomery. We'll update you if any other accidents happen to slow you down. Great Christmas shopping at Premier Place. Shop Hits Fashion, GNC, Goodwill, and more. Premier Place in Prattville, another great McClinton & Company development. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew. Cyber Monday on track to set a new record this year, with U.S. shoppers expected to spend $14.2 billion online when it's all said and done. If so, that would be up more than 6% compared with last year. Lisa Dwyer reports on a new deal between the U.S. and the U.K. over pharmaceuticals.
The U.K. has secured a 0% tariff rate for all U.K. medicines exported to the United States for at least 3 years. In return, the U.K. has agreed to increase spending on new medicines. The Trump administration says that U.K. drug firms have also committed to invest more in the United States and create more U.S. jobs. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
A losing session on Wall Street. The Dow was down by 427 points at the closing bell. The S&P 500 up by 36. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage.
And I'm Madeline Cannon. It's true, rates aren't as low as they have been for the past couple of years, but there are still many homeowners that could benefit from refinancing their current mortgage. There are a lot of things in life that are out of our control, but your mortgage rate is not one of them. If you currently have an adjustable rate mortgage, then you owe it to yourself to give us a call.
Adjustable rate mortgages make sense for some people in stable markets, but in this wild, ever-changing rate environment, it only makes sense to secure a fixed interest rate. A fixed interest rate will give you the peace of mind that your rate is locked. Your rate will not be subject to change with the political and economic tides.
At Alabama Home Mortgage, you can personalize your term. We offer 8-year to 30-year mortgages and everything in between. Grab your mortgage statement and give us a call.
Call Alabama Home Mortgage, the #1 mortgage lender in Alabama, today at 567-4223, or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36A, Equal Housing Lender.
Hannah, did we just really open up our own real estate brokerage?
We sure did. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group is officially here.
So this isn't just another name in real estate?
Nope. It's still us, the same hardworking individuals. It's just us leveling up to give our clients the best service possible.
More experience, more energy, and more results.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, who you have on your sign matters. So give me, Hannah Grantham, a call at 334-368-6358.
Or Eddie Bader at 334-322-0662.
Call Dad. No, Ella, call Chad.
This Black Friday, why fight the crowds when the hottest deal is at Chad's AC and Heating? How about a brand new furnace for just $1? That's right, get a brand new furnace for only $1 with the purchase of a new AC and coil. Or just need a furnace? No problem. You'll get 25% off. And with your busy schedule, just call Chad, and tell him to sign you up for this money-saving deal before the end of the year. Call Chad's today at 784-9144. That's 784-9144.
Call Dad. No, Ella, call Chad.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
God loves you.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
505. With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Ukrainian officials met with President Trump's representatives Sunday, and Washington officials are expected in Moscow for more peace talks this week. However, diplomats face an uphill battle to reconcile Russia and Ukraine's red lines as a U.S.-led push to end the war gathers steam. Nearly 44% of the 16,000 truck driving schools in the U.S. may be forced to close if they lose their students after a review by the Federal Transportation Department found they may not be complying with government requirements. Separately, the Department of Homeland Security is auditing trucking firms owned by immigrants to verify their drivers are qualified to hold a commercial license. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 427 points. This is SRN News.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. More than 1 million people are part of healthcare sharing now because it just makes so much sense right now. And MediShare is the gold standard. Members like it a lot. We know this from member surveys. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It is a proven thing. And if you join before December 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline's December 15th. Call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. It's 844-45-BIBLE. That's 844-45-BIBLE. 844-45-BIBLE.
Everybody now! I'm not gonna work. I am gonna shop online all day. Hey, boss, go away so I can shop online all day. I'm at the office, I'm going online. I'll make like I'm working, at least I can try. As soon as the big man is looking away, I'll confirm what I'm buying and then I'll click to pay. I say, I'm not gonna work. I am gonna shop online all day. Hey, boss, go away so I can shop online all day.
You know, at least, I don't know, a dozen stories just this afternoon on the overwhelming sales over this holiday weekend. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, way better than last year. Yet, so somebody must be getting deals that are affordable. So what are the affordability harpies talking about? Honestly, I think affordability is code word for free. This is where the Marxist ideology, oh, we're going to take care of that. You shouldn't have to worry about that or your student loan debt or any of the other mistakes you may have made, saddling yourself with a degree in nothing relevant. What the hell? Mm-hmm. Did you see the reception this clown, Luigi Mangione, got? What is it with women that go berserk over a murderer? Because he's cute?
I don't know.
Is he exciting? Is he the bad boy they dream about?
I don't know. I mean, you know, there are a lot of women who are obsessed or like, I don't know, just, I guess obsessed would be the word with like the crime dramas and the, you know, crime podcasts, serial killer podcasts and the Snapped and all that kind of stuff. And
there was a story today about some type of, it had something to do with a chat buddy service, artificial.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if it's a state, somebody wants to cut it off. You have to be 18 to participate in these chat rooms.
That's a good thing.
And yes, but
there are lots of predators online.
But there hasn't been till this point anything to stop under 18s, but it's not even the threat of a predator. They're horrified at being disconnected from something that doesn't even exist. These fake friends they make, these relationships they build with AI.
It's weird that people feel inclined to do that.
Yeah. Okay, here it is. Character.ai.
Okay.
They imposed a 2-hour daily limit in November before escalating to the full restriction following 2 teen user deaths and regulatory pressure. A 13-year-old girl named Olga says, I'm losing the memories I had with these bots. You're making memories with bots? Are we so socially retarded we can't make relationships with human beings? I cried over it for days, she said. Look, I was a teenager once, and I know how emotional you can get.
Yeah, but I mean,
over real people. That's like having one of those old school.
But that's the thing is they have this fake consciousness and they talk to you like they're a real person. It's weird. I read a story about a woman who fell in love and wanted to marry a thing. And it's like, you need to put down your phone and go touch some grass.
Yeah.
Like, go outside, talk to actual people.
We want something wholesome that we can believe in.
Then people are burnt out on regular people because some people suck.
Yeah.
And teenagers can suck. I know I was bullied when I was a teenager. I was bigger than all of them, but they bullied the crap out of me. I should have just beat them up, but not my thing. But anyway, teenagers can suck. I can see why they would go online. We had AIM chat rooms with real people, real other people when I was a teenager, but I could see it. And then, the jaded dating scene because the hookup culture is so bad and nobody wants a real relationship, it seems like. And I don't know. Finding human connection nowadays can feel like winning the lottery sometimes.
Well, get off chat AI and watch something good on TV.
Tonight on the Hallmark Channel, it's Thanksgiving in a small town. She's the beautiful but foul-mouthed author of the beloved holiday classic, Thanksgiving You the Bird. He's a handsome small-town preacher who's so uptight he gets dressed in the dark to avoid seeing himself naked, starring that actress you've seen on various TV shows, but you'd never know her real name. And also starring a real handsome actor you may recognize as bedpan washer number 3 on General Hospital.
I can take that, nurse.
Thanksgiving in a Small Town, tonight on the Hallmark Channel.
Brad McDonald next.
I'm Jim Smith with Adams Drugs. At Adams Drugs, we offer a wide variety of services, including delivery, compounding, wellness clinics, and immunizations. Now is the time to visit any Adams Drugs location and get your flu shot. Getting an annual flu shot can help prevent you from getting the flu, reduce the severity of symptoms if you get the flu, and prevent serious complications such as hospitalization and death. Getting your flu shot at Adams Drugs protects you from getting sick, but it also makes sure that those around you, especially those at high risk, remain safe. Each year, up to 49 million people in the U.S. contract the flu. Depending on the flu virus's severity, deaths as a result of flu complications could skyrocket to 79,000 people nationwide. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for a location nearest you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillip Shinbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillip Shinbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Radar is going to be very active this evening and tonight and probably tomorrow morning as well. Looks like a soaker, 1 to 2 inches of rain, much needed rain, with the overnight low temperature down to about 48. Then tomorrow, a day of falling temperatures and gusty winds up to about 20 miles per hour. Temperature falling to about 43 by 4 o'clock. Overnight low tomorrow night down to 27. Sunshine, mid-50s Wednesday, upper 50s Thursday, and another soaker coming up Friday evening into early Saturday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Just looked at the Live and Fair Doppler, and there is a ton of rain moving in from the south.
Ooh.
So skedaddle home as soon as you can, because it's going to be like that really through the entire nighttime hours.
Brighten your holidays with ASE Credit Union. Enjoy the season stress-free with our special holiday loans. Visit us or call today to learn more. ASE Credit Union, your ASECU.com, 334-270-9011. Terms and conditions apply, federally insured by NCUA.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
So today is National Pie Day.
Oh.
I'll be doing some pumpkin tonight.
Oh.
What is your favorite pie? They should do this at a different time because everybody's pie folk. You don't need to promote pies at this time of the year.
I love apple pie.
Me too.
Can't buy it in the store because it always has cinnamon in it.
Oh, yeah.
And
right.
I can make a pie, but I really prefer an apple crisp.
Ah.
So that's what I like to make.
Is that the same as the things you get like at McDonald's? I haven't had one of those in a million years. Those probably have cinnamon in them.
Everything Appley has cinnamon in it this time of year. I don't know what they have at McDonald's, but the apple crisp I make has like a red apple and a green apple with brown sugar and nutmeg instead of cinnamon, and then oats on the top and brown sugar in the oats. And
I'm going to guess this is Brad.
Yeah, probably.
Let's see if I guessed right. Is this you, Mr. Right on the money? It is.
It's me, Greg. I'm glad to be back with you, buddy. We had a wonderful Thanksgiving week, and sorry I'm a little late this afternoon. It's been a busy Monday. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Did you get a chance to relax while you were off?
We did. Yeah, it was a really, really nice week. We spent some time with the family. Obviously, Thanksgiving Day was incredible. Ate entirely too much. Watched a lot of football. Unfortunately, my Tigers came up short Saturday night.
Hey, what do you think of the new coach? I got to ask.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I am. It's, he's got a heck of an offense. He's a tough-minded coach. I think he's got a really great opportunity. I know he wants to be there bad, and he views it as a huge opportunity. We'll see if he can capitalize on it. I know Auburn fan really needs it bad. We've been in the wilderness now for 5 years. It's not very fun.
Yeah. Market didn't have a particularly good day. What was behind that?
There's a lot of concern on multiple fronts. Okay. Number one, we've talked about this all year long. The valuations are really becoming more and more concerning now than ever. Particularly around these really large AI sort of oriented companies. Number two, you look at what's happening in Japan with the just massive debt load that they have over there, and their bond market. You look at Japanese government bond yields, and they've gone over the last, say, few years. They've gone from 0% all the way up into around 3.5%, almost very close to 4%, depending upon the maturity range. And that's just been a shocking move. And again, we've talked about this a little bit off and on throughout the year. It's something we all keep out of the corner of our eye. And, if you recall, Greg, I've been pretty consistent in saying, that if there was one thing that would kind of keep me up at night, that would be at the top of the list, way more so than valuations or the U.S. debt or anything. All those are troublesome. But this Japanese thing is certainly at the top of the list because essentially, if you can imagine in your mind's eye, over 15 years of large institutions all over the world borrowing yen at practically 0% interest, and then they take all that money, convert it to dollars, and they use it to buy U.S. stocks and U.S. treasuries. Well, if they're forced to have to go in reverse because of what's happening with the Japanese government bond market, then what happens is you see everyone sells U.S. stocks and U.S. treasuries to put their hands on dollars and then move it back into Japan to buy the yen, sort of unwind that trade. And the trade is so massive. You're talking about trillions of dollars, and there's also a lot of leverage involved in the trade. So you can think of it like one gigantic margin call that is potentially brewing here. So that's on everyone's minds. The other thing too, inflation is still kind of on everyone's minds. I mean, I've been saying all year, predicting this, and now everyone is beginning to sort of acknowledge it and accept it, that Trump's going to allow inflation to run hot. I mean, the Fed's target and its goal has been 2%. We're still sitting at 3 something. Again, that's not 9. That's not even 4, right? I mean, It's not. But it's not the Fed's target. And I think, I've been saying all year again that Trump's plan, he was going to allow, he was perfectly fine with allowing inflation to run at that 3% level, well above the Fed's target range, and bring down short-term interest rates in order to try to pull us out of this sort of malaise that we've been in, particularly as it relates to consumers, because they're under so much pressure. But if you do that, then you eventually start to monetize liabilities, Fed liabilities, and it could potentially cause a slight spike in inflation, and that's out there. That's a little bit worrisome. The bottom line, I can tell you where we are on this. We first and foremost, we always monitor M2 money supply first when we have this discussion about inflation. And M2 has flattened out, and in really some months we've seen it decline. So I don't think we're going to have. I don't think there's sort of this massive threat that inflation is going to just spike in some super way. I think the bigger issue is we still have a budget deficit. We've got, we're adding nearly $1 trillion every quarter now to the government's debt profile. And so all of these things, you add them up, and it's creating a little bit of nervousness. And so that's why we're seeing the market here in recent weeks, especially, really very choppy, very volatile. It looks to us like it's topping out a little bit. I do think 2026, from an economic perspective, I think we're going to have a good year. I don't know how much that's going to translate to stock prices. I think we probably, it'd be nice if we could get a double-digit return next year in the market. But we've had, again, these 7 companies that have been carrying the load, massively concentrated market. So, and then the last thing I would just add, early data that's coming in on the consumer as it relates to holiday spending is the buy now, pay later is skyrocketing. And most of the purchasing that it's early, right? But the early read is that even higher income households are moving down in the chain, to Walmarts and other places, looking for more value. And so, and that lines up. I mean, that all adds up with me, because we've been seeing data since the beginning of this year, how bad the consumer profile has been. And so,
the weekend holidays shopping seemed to be very robust.
Yes, it was. And I think, again, if you look at all the transactions, again, the early data, we didn't see a lot of strong evidence that it was in super big box, higher end retail. It's more volume oriented, and again, moving down the food chain, if you will, into the lower priced retailers, and then an awful lot of activity in the buy now, pay later sort of, quotation marks around that. Just because there's just not a lot of cash. The consumer right now is largely credit driven, and that makes sense when you look at the delinquency rates and so on and so forth.
Brent, we appreciate it. It's great to have you back, and we'll talk again tomorrow, same time, same station.
I'll be in Naples, Florida on a business trip. I've been looking forward to talking with you normal time. Tomorrow and Wednesday. I'll be flying back on Thursday. I'm going to be in a pretty high-end meeting with some portfolio managers and institutional hedge fund guys. And
Naples
hopefully had a lot to report to you.
I love Naples, man. It's that area all the way down to Sanibel Island and the west coast of Florida. Very nice. And I also recommend if you're into history, visit the Edison home there and take a look at what this guy created with his life. It's my nuclear physicist sister and I toured that years ago, and we were just totally overwhelmed with how much that man accomplished. If you have time.
Wow.
Yeah. In the meantime, we will look forward to your call and travel safely, my friend.
You got it, buddy. Y'all have a great evening.
You too.
The opinions voiced in this material are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance referenced is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions expressed in this material do not necessarily reflect the views of LPL Financial. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice is offered through Invista Advisors, registered investment advisor, and separate entity from LPL Financial.
Some good stuff on Netflix to talk about with the movie maven Ellen Murray joining us shortly. Here's Skip.
Well, we have an accident, 7700 block of Vaughn Road. That is just before Taylor headed outbound, right near Wells Fargo and the Publix. Please use caution there. Other than that, busy. I-65 and 85 loading up. We got a lot of folks getting off work, and they are putting a lot of cars on the road, especially east and east-south Boulevard. 231 to Wetumpka, another busy spot, as well as 331 and Troy Highway. Highways 80 and 31, light to mostly moderate traffic. McKinnon Toyota just received a large shipment of RAV4s. The lowest tax rates in Alabama are at McKinnon Toyota. Exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
Put the power of Action 8 News in the palm of your hand. Download the free Action 8 News app to stay on top of breaking news wherever you are. Search for WAKA News in your app store to download the Action 8 News app today. Keep your family safe by watching Action 8 News. Look for 8 on your side consumer alerts with product recalls involving cars, food, children's toys, and other items in your home. 8 on your side, keeping you safe only on Action 8 News.
A lot of people talk tough. Very few get tough things done. Attorney General Steve Marshall is a warrior for our state, a fighter for our conservative values.
We have fought the fights that had to be fought for the people of Alabama.
Steve stands shoulder to shoulder with President Trump, ready to fight to take our country back, root out corruption, and prosecute the deep state.
Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall, you're doing a great job.
Steve puts Alabama first and delivers. As a conservative, Steve stands for freedom, safety, and the rule of law.
I have fought for law enforcement and stood with prosecutors and victims as we've addressed the failures that have caused our state to be less safe.
Steve is the senator our state needs and our president can count on. God, grit, Alabama strong. Steve Marshall gets it done.
I'm Steve Marshall, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Steve Marshall for Senate.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Pestruccelli, General Sales Manager and co-owner of Blue Water Broadcasting. For over 21 years, Blue Water Broadcasting has been a proud part of the River region. We're not just a company, we're your neighbors. Our owners, air staff, account executives, and support team all live right here. We believe in this community, and we stand by our slogan, Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
When news happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Green beans are rotten, there's fuzz on the stuffing. Pie I'd forgotten, smelly and disgusting. Turkey in Tupperware without a lid. These are the things that are left in my fridge. Moldy potatoes and cornbread in foil. Green bean casserole has totally spoiled. The macaroni and cheese is rancid. These are the things that are left in my fridge. A putrid pie, the turkey stinks. Stuffing didn't last. I've gotta throw out all the food in my fridge. Our Thanksgiving meals gone bad.
All right, today is supposed to be Dump Your Leftovers Day. Anything that you had on Thanksgiving should be bad by now. I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
Who's got, I mean,
5 to 7 days. Tops.
at least.
It's been 5. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah.
5 days already? Wow.
Yeah. You better eat it tonight and toss it. I think so. My sister said she worked at a restaurant and they would keep stuff, you know, that they brought home and it was good for a week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it was sealed properly and put away every time and not reheated multiple times, she would take stuff home and keep it for a week. And I'm like, I can't do more than 3 to 5 days personally. I can't.
To me, it's
5 days seems like a long time.
God blessed us with this olfactory gift that if it doesn't smell right, toss it. You know what it should smell like. And if turkey smells like turkey should, then have it.
I don't know. I don't trust that all the time.
I always thought it was my car. We never had enough leftover turkey. And then I had it professionally carved. To me, it was worth the $15-20
Oh.
at I can't remember.
Yeah, where they get everything off of it.
Yeah,
That
and they
would
give
be
it
the
to you in a
difference.
tray.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as nice as putting out the big brown bird on the table,
course.
but
And seeing
it's
it cut into.
perfectly cut. White meat, dark meat. It's organized.
I hate touching the turkey. Like, if you have to cut it and take it off and put it in the Tupperware and then take it out and put it on a sandwich, it's gross.
It can be.
Ugh.
And I
mm-mm.
don't like sticking my hand up the turkey's back end, fishing around for things that you're supposed to remove. I don't want to pull your giblets out. Okay. I want a turkey that's ready, that's already had that done by a true professional.
Right. A giblet puller himself.
Yeah. And we don't want to put the giblet pullers out of jobs.
No.
Do we not? Anyway, we're going to talk some entertainment here in a moment. We've got lots of rain headed our way. In fact, I checked the radar. It hasn't started here.
It's about here, though.
It's very, very close, and there's lots of it. In the meantime, Skipper will get you home.
We are very busy all over the area right now. I-65 and 85 especially loaded up, and we got a lot of 65 northbound traffic out of Montgomery across the Alabama River Bridge. 85 northbound, extremely busy, especially Taylor to Chantilly. You know the drill. It's that time of the day. All over the city, loaded up. We will keep you updated. Right now, though, no real problems other than heavy traffic. Spring classes begin January 8th at Trentham State Community College. Now's the time to register and get your financial assistance set up. Go to trenthamstate.edu for more information. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go. Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. At Clark, they always offer 60 months free financing on Bryant, their highest SEER-rated system. But for a short time, they're offering 0% for 60 months on all brands. For all of your heating, air, and plumbing needs, better call Clark. Alabama certification number 09098.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Radar is going to be very active this evening and tonight and probably tomorrow morning as well. Looks like a soaker, 1 to 2 inches of rain, much needed rain, with the overnight low temperature down to about 48. Then tomorrow, a day of falling temperatures and gusty winds up to about 20 miles per hour. Temperature falling to about 43 by 4 o'clock. Overnight low tomorrow night down to 27. Sunshine, mid-50s Wednesday, upper 50s Thursday, and another soaker coming up Friday evening into early Saturday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray to Publix.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
The Movie Mavens Movie Minute, brought to you by AMS Studios. Relax your soul, refresh your mind, renew your spirit with AMS Studios on Main Street in Prattville. AMS-studios.com or call 730-1268. We now welcome herself, the Movie Maven, Ellen Murray. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hi.
What are we going to talk about today?
Hey, guys.
Lacey Chabert,
What?
Hallmark movies. I do see
Kinda.
something from Lifetime that you wanted to talk about. Taste of Christmas. Tell us about it.
Okay, first I want to give a little background on my transformation because I used to be a serious Grinch and I didn't like Christmas music. I didn't like Christmas movies. I didn't like Christmas at all. And I blame that really on working many, many years in retail where Christmas brings out the absolute worst in people and having to listen to Christmas music all day against my will. But I've gotten over that.
Congratulations.
I actually love Christmas.
That's wonderful.
And I sing along with the songs and I don't mind a cheesy Hallmark Christmas movie every now and then.
Can you give us a few bars of All I Want for Christmas Is You?
No.
Just asking for a friend.
So, over Thanksgiving weekend, I got to visit my grandmother who lives in Dahlonega, Georgia.
Cool.
And Dahlonega is this little picturesque town where they actually have filmed several Hallmark movies because it's such a pretty little place. And so we watched a movie that nobody had ever seen before, which is amazing. It was filmed in 2020, and they filmed it in Dahlonega and also a lot of filming in Helen, Georgia, that we recognize in different places. We're like, oh, I think that's the restaurant over at, there's my grandma's church and, you know, the park across from it. So it was cool recognizing all the little landmarks and stuff. But yeah, this was a cute movie about somebody trying to open a restaurant and thinking they were not going to be able to do it. And the only person I recognized in it was Nia Vardalos, who was from My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And she wasn't in it very much. It was just her restaurant. This other girl came in to do the grand opening for her. And of course, there's this handsome Italian chef that she falls in love with, and she's got to save the day, blah, blah, blah. It was cute and cheesy and fun.
I like those sometimes, too.
There's an old movie from the mid-'70s called Silver Streak, which it's an entertaining movie. Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder together. And that gave me what I call my train dreams. That movie, well, it may have been entertaining, really what inspired my desire to travel by train, and I eventually did. But it started with that film. So there's something on Netflix called Train Dreams. Tell us about this.
So I didn't know exactly what it was going into it, and I was watching it with my uncle, and I thought, well, it's got to be about somebody that travels around by train, right? That would be cool. But it was nothing like that, really.
Oh.
It's called Train Dreams because this guy helped to build the railroad out west in the early 1900s, and it's a very slow movie, and it's really not about anything. It's just about this guy's life. Like, he meets his wife, and they get married and have a child, and they build a cabin. They live in the woods in the Pacific Northwest, so everything's very dreamy and lush and beautiful, and just sort of, it's just him living his life. It's not really anything Oscar worthy, but it's got high reviews. Let's see what it have. 96 critic score and 80 on the audience score. So
wow. Well, those are both pretty good numbers.
If you just want something slow and beautiful and like well done, go for it.
And Soulmates on Netflix. What is that?
So this one I just found, although I think it came out in 2020, but maybe it's just new to Netflix because I'd never heard of it before. But it's a sort of a sci-fi TV show. Every episode is standalone, but they are all based around this one theme, the idea that they've developed a scientific way to determine who is your soulmate. So you can take this test, and they'll give you a folder that shows you exactly who your soulmate is, and so it causes all sorts of dilemmas for people that are married. They already think they're married to their soulmate, and yeah, it's like an hour each episode, or 45 minutes, and I found it pretty good. I've watched 3 of them.
It tells them a specific person or a type of person?
Yes, a specific person. Like,
What?
John Doe is your soulmate.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Pamela, anything in holiday season that you'd like to recommend or that you watched over the weekend? That
Okay, listen, hear me out. You know how I love Halloween?
Yes.
Yes.
So there is a Christmas movie that is horror-ish called Krampus.
I've heard the title.
I've heard of
Based
it.
on like the 1,000-year-old, tale of Krampus, who's the opposite of Saint Nick. It's so good. And it has like some adult humor in it, but I mean it's not a Christmas movie, although it is a tale of Christmas and Christmas Eve and stuff. So listen, just hear me out. It's a funny movie. It has a good cast.
There's some scary traditions in the like Scandinavian folklore about Christmas time and monsters and things. They like parade through the streets in these costumes.
Absolutely. That's what this, I mean, and I don't know what is going on in the world really, but this whole Krampus thing is having a moment because they're doing like a Krampus night thing in Birmingham or something that popped up on my Facebook.
Really?
And it's they do like parades of people in costume and stuff like that, but it's not a good story. I mean, it's about when people lose hope at Christmas and what happens when you lose the magic and hope and joy of Christmas.
I have politics destroying my hope all day. I don't need a movie to help me with that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is from German folklore. And I just liked it. I watched it again last night. I watched it last year for the first time, but it's not a recent movie.
When I first saw the word Krampus, I thought it was a PMS product or something. I wasn't really sure.
It's on Peacock, I think.
Peacock.
Or you can buy it on Amazon, I'm sure, but it's streaming on Peacock.
I'm wasting money on that every month. I don't know why I shouldn't take a moment to check out Krampus.
It has some funny moments in it, and it's not a kid's movie, really.
All right, I have one to contribute here before we wrap up.
Tonight on the Hallmark Channel, Christmas in City Hall. He's a hungry young reporter who thinks exposing corruption in City Hall will be his ticket to the big time. She's a gorgeous, popular mayor who's trying to hide her involvement in the salmonella outbreak that ruined last year's Thanksgiving pageant. Are they really on a collision course or just falling in love? What are you, a brainless idiot? It's Christmas in City Hall, tonight on the Hallmark Channel.
All right, wrapping up. Taste of Christmas on Lifetime. Train Dreams on Netflix and Soulmates on Netflix. This is what the movie Maven does. She finds these things that sometimes get buried in the enormous mountain of streaming content available and brings them to our attention. And if you can, we'd like to have you join us tomorrow on Master Thespians here.
I'd love to.
We would love that too. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy afternoon to join us.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. And don't forget to participate in the Movie Maven's Facebook page.
Yeah. Give us more Christmas movie recommendations.
Movie Maven VIP on Facebook. And we love encouraging the exchange of ideas and opinions. No politics, just keep it nice. And you'll no doubt run into a couple of gems there that you may have overlooked. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff to sort through. Montgomery Men's Health reminds you guys, you got one life. It's too short for not nows, maybe laters and tomorrows. So why wait? If you're noticing issues with ED or low T, then your relationships, your confidence, even your career, it can affect every aspect of your life, your outlook on life. Online folks promise convenience and discretion, but their treatments are generic, some even unsafe. Pills don't work for everybody, and that's all they seem to offer. So no more excuses. Montgomery Men's Health has a urologist and providers focus solely on ED and low T the right way. No unproven snake oil or peptides without solid research. Since 2022, they've helped thousands of men reclaim their confidence with safe, effective treatments. Call 334-440-3663 right now or book online in just 30 seconds at MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. The Urology Foundation means freedom to practice medicine the right way and not confined by one-size-fits-all pills. And they don't work for everybody. It's not that you've got a problem. Sometimes they're just not meant to work for you. And there's treatments that can help you maintain what you've got. That's right. Just like going to the gym to maintain muscle, there's ways to keep ET and low T at bay without using pills. So if your confidence is shaken, don't wait. It only gets worse. It starts to get into your head and become a much bigger problem than it needs to be. Show up for your family and your life like never before and turn tomorrow into today by calling 334-440-3663 or book online in under 30 seconds at MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. Montgomery Men's Health for every man in every season of life. Blue Water News with Sky at 547.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. MPD continues to investigate after a man walked into a Montgomery church and robbed multiple people at gunpoint. The incident happened on the night of November 20th at the church at Eastern Oaks on Wares Ferry Road. Cameras recorded the still unidentified man committing multiple robberies of church members. Renovations at the Montgomery Humane Society are on schedule and nearly complete. New flooring, doors, and windows, as well as a new dog run and puppy cages are finished. All of the animals will move back into their normal spaces soon. The building hadn't been renovated since the Humane Society moved in almost 30 years ago. Montgomery officials are seeking funds to make it easier to get onto Maxwell Boulevard from I-65. The county commission has begun a study of the interchange and requested $5 million in state funding to help create easier access. Currently, it takes 3 left turns to get onto Maxwell Boulevard from the southbound lanes of I-65. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
Pizza Perfect is feeling jolly, offering a great deal in December. Buy any large pizza and get a medium pizza for only $5. Pizza Perfect's buffet includes pizza as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13. Buffet is available Monday through Saturday for lunch and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Pizza Perfect is also available for pickup and delivery. Get a medium pizza for $5 with the purchase of any large pizza in December at Pizza Perfect, Coliseum Boulevard, Eastbrook.
Want that ride that is fun, affordable, and street legal? Check out ETG Outdoors in Montgomery. They have huge discounts on electric golf carts with many brand new units under 10 grand. New and used inventory, financing available, and they service what they sell. ETG Outdoors even provides lithium battery conversions and free delivery with purchase. Whether it's for the neighborhood, the farm, or just fun. ETG Outdoors, 7006 Vaughn Road, or online at etgoutdoors.com. Cruise smarter, drive electric. ETG Outdoors, your ride to freedom starts here.
Hey guys, this is Todd Clark with River Region Contracting, your premier roofing contractor in Central Alabama. So remember the name, River Region Contracting, for all your roofing needs. We're not affiliated with any other roofing company in the River Region. We've been in the roofing business since 2005. We don't have to buy our leads, and we don't have to knock on doors when the storms come around. We have thousands of satisfied customers throughout Central Alabama. So call us at 334-356-8635. That's 334-356-8635.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values. Trustworthy, accurate, immediate. Carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
And now, Dad Joke Theater.
That's it! I've given up eating Thanksgiving leftovers.
But there's so much more in the fridge.
Sorry, dear, but I've quit cold turkey.
Join us again for another Dad Joke Theater.
It is 5:52. I sure hope our good buddy Jake Wellen caught that dad joke. That wasn't too bad. Well, I guess it. Oh, here's the thing on Thanksgiving leftovers.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Top 5 signs it's time to throw out your Thanksgiving leftovers. It looks like guacamole, and it feels like guacamole, but it's not guacamole.
Ew.
All right. It hisses when you touch it.
Oh my gosh.
Covered in fuzz, like when Timothée Chalamet tries to grow a mustache.
Mm.
When you offer it to your dog and he says, thanks, but I'll stick with poop. Nickelodeon wants to pour it on people at the Kids' Choice Awards. And it's the same shade of green you turn when Nana asks you to rub her bunions. So, ew. You've been pregnant.
I have.
All right. This is making the news rounds today. It's not, I'm done with the big news. I can't take any more big news. In fact, the last half hour of the show is going to be crap. I mean,
we have 5 minutes.
Yeah. Here's a man who ordered this pizza for his very pregnant wife.
Okay.
And the note said, I know this looks insane. You're probably like, who is this dude? I have a very pregnant wife. I'm done questioning what she wants. I'm scared of her. And honestly, you should be too. Thank you and Godspeed for a pizza that included triple pepperoni, extra cheese, banana peppers, light jalapenos, half chicken, half mushrooms, half caramelized onions, half olives, and light sauce.
Oh my gosh.
That's a pizza.
Yeah.
But
I don't like that many toppings on pizza. I think it weighs it down too much.
I've done, I will eat pizza. I work in radio. They fed us pizza.
I love pizza.
When you're struggling and you're coming up with the business, you learn that a pizza in a box can stay in the box for 3 days unrefrigerated and still be edible. Seriously, I've done that. When you're hungry, you're hungry,
Gosh, I don't know.
But I have found, I love Domino's.
Domino's.
Domino's,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah. I like, for takeout, I like Papa John's.
I had that yesterday.
But I really like thin crust, so I like a real wood fire.
You have to, next time we do Bama Lanes, you have to do bowling alley pizza. Hunt's is pretty good.
Oh, I did get that. Yeah, that's not bad.
I like extra cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have and pepperoni is fine. And garlic nuts. That's another reason I like Domino's. Their garlic nuts are totally addictive.
I like to get like a supreme pizza, but no olives.
Hold the olives. Hold the Vichy Schwa. Hold the that salty crap. What is
Anchovies?
that? Anchovies.
Yeah. I don't like it when they load it down with all the things, but I do like to have some crunch on it. I don't want like just a pepperoni. I want some green peppers and onions.
Yeah, that's all good. I mean, as long as it doesn't have anchovies, I'll probably eat anything.
Mm-hmm.
I even
do people still do they have anchovies on the menu at these places?
Yeah,
really?
I think it's the law. I think you're required by law to have the anchovy in case somebody with a sophisticated palate wants an anchovy, they can order it. And of course, the pizza place can say, "Oh, we just ran out of those 13 years ago, and we just never bothered to replace them." Hey, again, before we wrap up, AMS Studios. Now, I've had numbers of treatments there. They're all great. But when my doctor says, yeah, do that IPL thing to get rid of spot,
yeah,
Seriously.
It's real skincare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the treatments they have available there, this is, if you're going to get a gift certificate for somebody.
AMS Studios.
Yeah. AMS-studios.com online. You can do it there or call, well, they're closed now, but 730-1268. And we'll talk about these over the course of the week. But I'm so excited to come back. My doctor is sending me to you, and I think that's great. I've got a Pamela prescription from my Nobel laureate physician, Dr. Dennis Woodling, who says that is the way to solve a problem. This will be our final traffic. The rain's getting closer.
Traffic continues to be busy, especially I-65 and 85 East and East South Boulevard, another very busy spot, as well as 231 to Wetumpka. We have seen a couple of minor accidents, but nothing affecting traffic flow. Right now, just dealing with very heavy traffic everywhere. Please be safe. We will update you if any accidents happen to slow you down. The workhorse specials at Thompson Tractor. See the all-new Cat 255 compact track loader. 3-year warranty, 74-inch bucket, 1,000-hour filter kit, only $73,655. 0% financing. Thompson Tractor off I-85 past Taylor Road. Buckle up with the Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
This season, Guardian Credit Union is here to make your holidays merry, bright, and financially right. Whether you're shopping for the perfect gift or planning a cozy getaway, we've got you covered. With holiday loans, checking solutions, and fraud protection tools, you can spend with confidence. And Guardian's mobile app makes it easy to keep track of your holiday budget. Stop by one of our branches and let us be your holiday helper. From all of us at Guardian, happy holidays. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
And so we will. Be careful with the rain. It's going to be raining pretty much within the next few minutes to all night long, as Lionel Richie once said. On behalf of Pamela Dubuque, Ellen Murray, and David Blackman, thanks for tuning in. See you bright and early tomorrow morning with Rich and Jay. Thanks for punching us up.